Welcome back, guys, to another Forgotten World Adventures. We're a whole bunch of me and my nerdy... A whole bunch of me. We're a whole bunch of me.
Look, all of
me and all my nerdy friends get together and play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see. Last week, we didn't have everybody here. There were a few people that needed to be other places, so we did kind of a question and answer thing. Those who watched, I hope you enjoyed. It was pretty cool.
This table.
We hope to actually forward that, like have that kind of be the beginning of some of the Gary's Book of Wonders stuff that we want to do is entries that kind of go in between the episode when we have like our little breaks that we take. And just for you guys to kind of have some fun and get to know about the world a little bit more. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, we left off. Sorry, I'm feeling a sneeze kind of coming on. So if I do that, know that it's coming, Tay.
Pineapple. Just list a bunch of fruits and then it never comes.
What?
Haven't you ever tried that? Oh my gosh.
Sorry, we are stopping the stream discussing how to remedy sneezes.
Sorry.
It's okay. So a couple of weeks ago, we were able to put down the Yagamoth that came to attack you guys. You found out that Schelia recognized them as people that she actually grew up around. One of them kind of seemed to have a bit of some feelings for her, and willingly let himself die. You guys then took to performing proper funeral rites for them, and then decided on how in the world you were going to deal with the situation you were given, knowing that they obviously knew that you were coming, that the Yagamoth knew you were coming. Going down into the Darkholme probably was not the wisest of decisions, which was decided upon there. Mitten still really wanted to go. Rashida, being as fiery and determined as she always is, felt that it was very cowardly to run off, but in the end decided that it was probably the best choice to at least follow you guys, stay with them, and help, in the hopes that something good would happen. You guys looked at the kind of dire situation you were in, though. The boat that you had taken was no longer in useful functionality, as it had been smashed against the rocks and the waves. Luckily, I don't know if it's luckily or unluckily, but you did get Ferial back. We've liked him so much.
The world will never know.
I don't know either.
No. This is when you turn and look at them and go, "Sea turtles, mate." That's what you do.
I can't lie though. Instead, I just enigmatically say there are many ways to get to it.
Of course, you can't lie. Exactly.
You never said the
just
sea
say sea
turtles
turtles.
Well, that's a valid point, actually.
They exist.
They do exist.
Anyways, Ferial did show up. Stilts brought him down into the abandoned passageways that you guys were down in there. Then kind of teamed up, met back up with you guys when you performed the funeral rites. Then just kind of thought about what to do. You had options, not a lot of great options. You had Nero thinking about possibly swimming all the way back to inform people of what was going on. A few other things that you could possibly have done, but you guys decided to scale the cliffs in the middle of the storm that had been caused by a really nasty big dragon. Maybe not nasty, but a very, very big dragon. That's known for defending the area. Huh?
We'll say grumpy. A really big grumpy dragon.
Grumpy.
To be fair, you did say that he was known to be very mean.
He's known for defending his territory.
You said he was mean.
Yeah,
Did I say he was mean?
You said he was mean.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Shellington said he was a prick. Maybe not that exact word, but it was basically that explanation.
Well,
he was mean.
I'll be honest. Zuru is not the nicest person on the planet, but you know.
Also, we've noticed that Shellington gives slightly colored advice. Like, not necessarily bad advice, but biased, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Turtle likes me. Most of the time.
Yeah, anyways, you guys made your way up the cliffs of not insanity, but the insanely tall cliffs.
Cliffs of unrest.
Unrest.
Mental unrest?
At the top, you did actually come to meet
Insanity.
with the dragon.
We're struggling
You good?
today, guys.
No. But you knew that when you first met me.
I know. I love you guys no matter what. All right. Yeah, so you are now at the top of the cliffs. You met the dragon. He could smell the star mithril on you. And
And
also gave you fair warning that you were not allowed to pass across these mountains across the top on the land, where he said straight up, this is sacred ground that you're not allowed on. So there's going to be some alternate ways to deal with things. We're going to pick up around there and see what happens.
If I remember correctly, I had just asked how might we earn passage,
And you mentioned something about his trials, I think.
and then that's where we cut.
Yes. As I said before, earning would take far too long. But I can take you somewhere else.
Where could you take us?
Would that be Escalade, or that's where we need to go?
You need Escalade. I do not wish to fly to those foolish men.
Hey! Don't speak to me that way.
Now, he said men, not humans.
I did not say you, Iberian.
Fine.
You just flew too close to the sun.
He might not be wrong if he did that.
I was warned. There may be some of you that showed up soon.
Oh, really?
Who?
That was almost insane.
As he just looks and grins this enormous toothy grin.
Detect thoughts! Detect thoughts!
You're connected to the top.
Didn't I say that I cast that last time? Did I not say that?
No, I'm pretty
No,
I don't
you
think you did.
didn't.
Well, I cast it. Why not?
because it's
Before he can even get it out of his mouth, you already know who.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're going to say it before him or not, but you know that Illyrin.
Who's Illyrin again?
Illyrin.
it's the white stuff.
You didn't actually get, you personally, I don't think got even introduced to him because it was when you left. But yeah, a man by the name of Illyrin.
Okay.
He is a White Staff member, yes. Order of the White Staff.
All right.
And a character, I'm pretty sure that's
What's this dragon's name? do we know?
Rashida's master?
Zerua.
It's a mentor to Rashida, yes.
Z-R-U-A?
There was a pause there because I couldn't remember what your wife's character's name was.
That's fine.
We struggle with names.
I will remember.
I'm the one who forgets.
Well, if we have, excuse me for a moment, but if if Zerua is offering a ride, perhaps we should discuss where exactly we want to go next before we decide on that.
Yeah.
Or where he actually is going to take us.
I
Or where,
You just get this, that deep rumbly, I wish I could be that rumbly bass, but for you guys, but I'm not. But amidst even the rumbles, you hear the crackle of the lightning in the sky that almost seems to match as the elements themselves mold around his personality.
Also, as another note, I did have the swords out. Those are probably zapping all over the place, too.
The
Oh, yeah.
swords, you are feeling it, dude. You're like, they feel charged, like more than just their own magic. You're like, this may not be safe even for me to hold.
When is
They're
that?
definitely reacting and feeling.
That probably is exciting as a sailor, though.
Yeah, it's exciting nonetheless. But yeah, you guys are wanting to decide upon something of where to go.
Would you permit us to remain here right here for a time as we planned our next steps.
Well, before we do that, can we
Or
get the
like
name of
the-
the person that told him he was?
He
said a
he'd tell us.
No, you heard it in his head.
Yeah,
The
you
dragon
heard it.
Never
Oh,
once
no one said a
You
word.
interrupted him.
As I said,
Gotcha.
I didn't know if you were going to say it before he says anything or not.
Oh no, I would let him say it if he. was
You'd
going
let him
to.
say it.
Yeah, 'cause he never
Fine.
actually said it.
Okay.
An old friend by the name of Alirin.
Do you have any more descriptive descriptions of him?
We
Better.
met him.
Yes, and I asked him his name in a roundabout way, and he didn't give it to
And
me.
he told you his name.
He told you exactly. It's an old friend by the name of Alirin.
Yes.
No, we're talking about.
We never got
asking for
Alirin's name.
Oh, Alirin never gave you his name. Yeah, you're right.
Why does everyone act like I don't know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
sorry, I didn't know what you were talking about at that moment. I was like, what do you mean he didn't give you his name? Like, he just gave it.
That's
Anyway,
the problem when being one step ahead when we don't know which way we're going. Half of the people think you're one step behind.
you went left. We thought you were going right. It's okay.
That's never happened before. Had two giant battle in the city.
Does it exactly matter whether you know who he is or not?
Someone in our party might know. Look to Rashida.
Rashida's just like, you already know who he is.
Do I know him by name or do I know him by description?
He is my master.
And he looks like.
She just kind of turns and
No,
looks at
literally,
him.
as far as I remember, we met him at the bar. He teleported us to the city, and as far as I know, we have not seen him again.
Actually, no, he was at the meeting.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Inside Iscalid.
He wasn't.
Oh, you have not. Yeah.
Again,
You're always apart, Josh. Anyways, yeah.
I know what I'm talking about most of the time.
I
40%.
know. Yeah. Anyways,
I would say a high 35.
we'll take it. All right.
You drive a hard bargain, but we'll take it.
Dark skin, dark hair, piercing eyes.
Oh, Mr. Peaceful.
Speaks with an odd accent from a land I am not exactly familiar with.
That's shocking.
Zap.
That is a hard no.
You amuse me. But not enough.
So, back on track.
Sorry.
Oh, man. You amuse me, sap. Give me another. Anyways, sorry. All right, so he just laughs. He just thinks that he just finds that funny. He just leaves it alone from there, though.
That's good.
I still don't know what we're talking about.
Don't worry, the rest of us do.
Well, I actually know at this point he probably did. The dark skin. Yeah,
no.
anyway, but yeah.
You know who we're talking about now.
Carries an odd staff.
That's
Thank
why
you.
it's-
That makes it a lot easier.
That's why. Has notches in it.
The color of the is very light.
Like my hair.
Well, technically, Illyrian's isn't entirely all white.
Okay.
It's got a lot of it missing. It's mostly white, but yeah.
Mostly.
Anyway, so now that I'm done. Let's continue.
Where should I take you? With the smell of that star mithril. I want to take you to a forge.
We
You
were
know how to
looking for
forge.
those before.
Kind of.
I would love to learn how to forge. Please teach me.
Would
With the
this forge be any-
smell of the blood and the taint on that bird. I want to throw you down the deepest pit I can.
What do you know? The forge might serve both for.
You're very right.
Is this forge any closer to Iscalid than we currently are?
Oh no.
Is it one of the ancient forges?
Yes.
Josh
the
Reedus
Storm
would be so
Forge.
proud of us.
How could you have guessed?
I don't know. The
Looks up to the storm.
Take us to a four.
Yeah, you just hear this just cracking over the top.
The atmosphere candy gave it away.
I'm just resisting. I don't know why you're looking at me.
Resisting
Yes.
what?
Yeah. That's the question. No,
Would we be allowed to leave the fort once we got there?
If you can get out.
I'm very good at getting out of small places.
Isn't that what leaving means?
yes, it is what
I
dying
mean,
means.
should you have the ability to do so?
Do we have the ability to do so?
Only one way to find out.
I'm gonna.
Next time, huh?
He doesn't know.
I figured he might have some
The
idea.
heart of the sky, the heart of the jungle. Would we require any of those type of things? The heart of the sea, heart of the sky. Would it require any of those type of things?
He's quoting the fireworks stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. We don't have any of those anyways. So.
You'll need a lot more brains than simple little toys like that.
Well, I do have a
Well, we're screwed.
All right, let's go.
Why are we gonna go to a forge? There's no reason for
No, there is absolutely like zero at this point for you.
No.
He just, again, this is his referencing the fact that you have Star Mithril. He kind of wants to see it happen at the the Stormforge.
So, real quick, out of character question.
Yes.
So, like, it's a question about my character's knowledge. But I saw one of the Yagamoth that were involved with the attack. Do I know what clan they were with? Or what group they were with?
Actually, you should have been able to observe and see that he was connected to her family.
The group that attacked Iskalin?
Oh, yeah. The group that attacked Iskalid.
Yeah.
I apologize. Yeah, seeing that, make me a real quick history roll.
Alright.
There it is, folks. The first roll of the evening.
Disappointing.
That's a 25.
Jeez. All right. As far as your knowledge there, what he carried on him was a pretty nasty dagger, as we all have kind of gained some understanding about that thing. Yeah. He was a follower. Like he seemed to be religious zealot to that god, which is why he carries the blade.
And do I know what god that is?
Yes, I'll give you some information on it.
Okay.
Let's see. Additional. Would you know that it's specifically, like, if it's connected to a specific family?
I don't know if they have any like insignia or anything they wear.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to think if you would know. That's the difference, like, because I don't know, like, going down to the Darkholme and actually knowing a lot of that information. I'm not sure how much you may have delved in. But just kind of getting, yes, you. That's different.
Would I have noticed any?
This is the-
features even.
Yeah. So identifying features, he wore a ring on his finger that had a tiger's eye in it. Like not the eye of an actual tiger, like a tiger eye stone.
Jewel. Yeah.
Jewel, yeah.
In
It's
the shape of a
the
tiger's eye.
yeah. I already know. I know.
Is this the challenge of our lifetime?
Okay.
Sorry.
Come on, tiger's eyes are cool. Anyway, so so it has a tiger eye stone. In there is a like a purposely put cut into it. It's not like a crack in the stone or something, right?
It's like a symbol or an etch or something like that. Or?
Like it's been actually carved into it.
Okay.
In some fashion. So, yeah, it does kind of look like it's an eye.
Okay. So
Because it like gives way, like you know how the tiger's eye look like. There's like as you turn it, it's like either like more gold or more black or whatever, where that cut is, it basically gives it like an eye, like the pupil type look.
Okay. Well, I'm going to draw the symbol from that ring on the ground.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Schelia and say, where would we find Yagamoth that associate with this symbol?
Well, obviously the Darkholme.
Okay, so here's the question. So I wasn't sure if the Darkholme was specifically for her family or for all of them.
The Darkholme is the Underdark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the whole Underdark is the Darkholme.
Yeah. So the Darkholme is actually more specific to the Yagamoth themselves.
Okay.
Because things like Illithid and some of the other creatures that live down in the Underdark, they don't live as deep.
Svirfniblins.
Okay.
Svirfniblins, yeah.
All right.
So some of those things, they don't live as deep down. So actually, one thing that I never had really made a lot of comment about, anytime, like, you basically feel cold most places you go. Because how deep down into the earth you guys live, you're way closer to the mantle,
Which
and
would
it's
probably
actually
explain
quite
long
hot.
sleeves and gloves and
Yeah, I mean, on top of wanting
Trying
to
to
hide
hide
your look. And when you guys originally, like, when you originally emerged and came out, before they knew what you guys were, like, forever ago, you weren't alive during this time, but, like, people thought that you guys were vampires because you guys were always cold and looked like you're undead. Anyway,
kind
yeah.
of true.
So would you know what family or clan that symbol is part of? Is the question right now.
Right. You know, so that specific thing actually is directly connected to the dagger, but you know the family that's mostly connected to that stuff. The guy who tortured you is from that family.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Understandable.
Yes.
But
It's Silvervein is their last name.
Okay.
The bane of werewolves.
but we do have several things that we need to take care of with this particular group, as they're the ones who attacked Iscalid.
Which is why we should get the rest of the Blades Guild to help.
Agreed, particularly if we're going to a frontal assault. But again, our primary reason for not going down there is because they already knew we were coming, so not exactly stealthy. If we can find another avenue of attack that they're not expecting,
Or another entrance.
we may have a better chance.
You do realize if you startle a beehive, they're not just going to be watching the one section they were startled. The entire thing's going to be startled.
Stilts is going to interject as well.
How did you get up here?
I climbed with the rest of you. I'm not loud. I climbed with the rest of you. How else do you think I got up here?
I could push him.
I can throw them.
If I might interject, he's right. You don't want to bring an army down into here anyway. You do that, you're just going to have a lot of bloodshed, and we're going to actually have a real war. Right now, everything that we've understood is they're targeted attacks to try and get at something. So far, we're not sure they've been able to achieve any of their goals, other than stealing some relics. And we don't even know if they're going to follow, like, if that god's going to do anything. He's generally, I don't exactly like him or anything, because he likes to possess stuff. But, I don't think he's all too friendly with the Yagamoth.
Either way, we do need to get those relics back. But this pathway's been compromised.
Exactly.
Something that we can't do, but that I thought about that would be messed up and devastating. And we'll get to that.
Do
in a
it! Do it!
This is Sparta!
No, it's better than that. It's you have mold earth, you have the ocean right next to this opening. If you open it up enough, then you can basically flood the entire Underdark, potentially.
I like the way you think.
I like that too.
How much exhaustion are you willing to take?
Because
There's nothing like throwing a little genocide on the pile.
the problem with
don't like
that
this
is if
idea.
there's
No, she definitely
I
wouldn't.
would not like this idea at all.
It occurred to me. I don't think that was really occurred to me in character very well, but this is the player devious me thinking is like, my gosh, we could do some messed up crap, but that would kind of destroy the world.
Yeah, this is the drop the bacon situation all over again, isn't it?
No. This is totally something you could do.
But particularly
Again. From the DM.
I mean,
Go ahead.
it would solve the problem.
So I wouldn't think of this as a
Yeah, if Fernando wouldn't think to do that, or he wouldn't even voice it because it's just not who he is, then whatever.
It's like the evil thought you randomly have but don't talk about.
I'm a swordsman, not a magician.
Right.
I don't do.
But they know we were here. They sent a team after us. So I don't know how they found us, but they knew we were here. But if we get to ride from a dragon, no one would expect us to travel that quickly. We could catch them by surprise at another entrance.
And you have someone who knows plenty.
Yes.
You got a walking blood beacon, that's how they knew.
Oh, what?
What?
We're also presuming our good
Thank you
friends
for
are
telling this
here.
now.
Well, I didn't think that it would have been honor.
So we are
I
presuming.
didn't know they'd marked her like that.
We are presuming at the moment that our good friends Arua here would actually take us far enough to make it to another entrance.
Wait.
And that all the other entrances haven't been sealed already.
A lot of information all of a sudden, right? Sorry.
Like mugged?
Elaborate.
They probably did it to her at birth. Every once in a while, they do those kinds of things. I've seen it before. Stupid guy. We took him and we tried to interrogate him. We tried to learn. Everywhere we went and tried to hide, we had more crap following us. It was easier just to kill him and put an end to him.
That sounds really familiar.
In that case,
Not so funny for me.
in that case, let's leave Schelia behind.
No.
Is there a way to remove this blood
Yeah,
marking?
I was just about that. Can I roll and see if I?
I've no idea. I'm not really all that knowledgeable about that thing. I learned. We didn't know why we had to kill him, and I felt horrible. I don't like to kill if I don't have to. I mean, he's still a Yagamoth, so it's okay. But you know,
Okay with torture, not okay with killing. Got it.
no, I mean, I don't like to kill if I don't have to. I don't want to. But he is a Yagamoth. Sorry, and no offense, because you've actually been semi-helpful.
Offense taken.
So offended.
Anyway, I learned about it later. Someone else had had a little bit more experience. We heard from the White Staff. They explained why we couldn't. They explained why we couldn't do that.
Sorry, you guys. My voice is kind of a little bit crappy today.
You ever thought about dropping the voice?
Nope.
It was worth a try.
Gotta be honest, guys. Gotta be as honest as I can.
Chat, I did my best.
Not as bad today as it has been.
That's because my voice is hurt.
Well, no, because you're less screechy than normal.
I know. I'm doing my very best for him.
No.
Do you want a drink?
Get a drink.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I think the scratchiness makes it work better anyway. We're good.
What's the house doing?
Your screams begging for forgiveness.
All right.
Anyway, so
But yeah, that's where we learned about it. It wasn't from Illyrian or anything. There was another guy. I've got my little connections with the White Staff as I've needed.
And all your connections would be little.
Just looks up at you.
Nice one.
No.
To be fair, that was Josh. That was not Nero.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang it.
Okay.
Let's be honest here. Nero doesn't make half-commented jokes. Those are mine.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So you guys learned that he knows this from the White. He eventually learned that from the White Staff. It's not something he knew, like easy on hand knowledge.
So you're telling me, no matter how far I go, my family can find me.
Eventually, yeah.
Can
Down with the family.
Can I roll and see if I can dispel it?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, no, okay, no. You know what? You guys complain when I say something that you're not going to be able to dispel. I don't think you're going to be able to roll high enough.
Well, I mean, like, roll to know if it.
Oh, roll to know if it is dispellable. Yes, you can roll me an Arcana.
That's what I was asking. Not
Okay.
roll to
I feel
dispel.
this would be more of a remove curse situation than a dispel magic.
Doctor,
Right.
we're gonna need a blood
hey,
transfusion.
look, we've got a paladin.
So,
That
And a
would
cleric.
be a 25
25.
Arcana.
Is it dispellable? It can be brought like it. There can be an end brought to it. Yes.
Okay.
Without her dying?
That's big.
Yeah, actually, without her dying.
oh yay.
Would I know how?
Would you know how?
With a 25 Arcana? It's a
Mm,
19 on the die.
I know.
Potentially, in this case, would he be able to suspect possible means?
That's where I was gonna go with.
Yeah.
And that's normally. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't know how, but you could easily suspect. There is a way. There's a few ways.
Okay.
That you would get to mind. One of them
Dying.
would be entirely draining her of all of her blood and replacing it with something else, like replacing it with
Hey, we
other
gotta do this again.
replacing it with other blood.
Dying.
Oh.
Dying.
I get to make a lich.
Oh, that's bad. That's just bad.
said
Oh no!
Wait. He is the only licensed doctor here, though.
Science me at yourself.
Fake licensed, but
Hey, he's the only one with a license.
I say no to this idea.
Well, he hasn't told us.
Yeah, entirely replacing the blood may possibly do it. It's a thought, right? It's an idea. Like, okay, if it's the blood that's the issue, we could manually take care
I
of
mean,
it.
bear blood could work.
That'd be like your rejection chance is high.
We also just go through the fact that would require a heart transplant, because the heart is what pumps the blood. And well, I guess it is actually I forget what it is, but that is what produces the blood cell.
Marrow.
Yeah,
Marrow.
yeah.
The
That
marrow.
would require that.
It would require an entire marrow transplant.
Never mind.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah.
No.
Other options, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, you might as well do. What's the spell?
We
Polymorph.
could keep her in an anti-magic.
The reincarnate.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is something that you have thought that you thought you're like, well, we do have a grave cleric who could probably maybe help with something crazy like that. Other ideas like the actual like just keep her as preserved as possible.
Please.
It's gonna have some pretty hefty requirements and may possibly require the blood of one of her relatives in order to get it released.
So kill the family?
More than likely the head of the family.
Okay.
But isn't it the heart that pumps the blood?
I have a question. After you finish this.
And you said there was 3 options.
So yeah, reincarnation, fixing like entire 100% transfusion.
Okay.
This idea of doing something via the family, right?
Okay.
It's not it. You suspect it will probably not just be the family themselves, though. Like just getting their blood, there will probably be something within the ritual because the ritual that creates this will probably still like. You will require the items that created this thing to put an end to it. So it's probably going to be some sort of a sticky thing or a knife or like a needle of some sort, or it's going to require.
Did you ever get stabbed as a child?
There is a scar that you know that you've had your whole life that you don't have memory of why you have the scar.
It's a birthmark.
Yeah.
She could just live in an anti-magic field.
It's here. It's here
Right there.
along your ribs.
Some
Hey.
birthmark.
Yeah, so again, you're not sure 100% of how the ritual went down. The other option is exploratory surgery to see what's going on.
So
We have a cleric.
I have a few ideas. I'm assuming you want to stay intact.
Alive.
You would have said correctly.
You hear the dragons lightly rumbling back there, just.
When did this turn into D&D MD? Like, what the frick?
So,
D&D.
my
Sounds like
question.
our show.
Yeah.
Do you know how it works? Does it track her or does it just track her blood?
It,
Wouldn't that be both?
It
The
sounds
best I know, it's been marked by the. It's marked in the blood.
So it tracks the blood.
Best I can tell.
seems like maybe the largest quantity of the blood that is around.
Well, because
I'm not entirely sure.
if we can't stop the tracking, then we could attempt to confuse it by taking some blood and spreading it around.
Are you suggesting we paint the walls?
No, I'm suggesting that we send
all these
rags
ideas.
or something, or vials or something in multiple different directions.
The easiest and safest way to break this, well, my bad. The safest way to break this would be to undo the ritual with the same implement that did it in the first place.
Family reunion.
Which means going down there and probably killing the head of your family.
Well, which means going down there when they know exactly where we are and facing the entire.
Yeah, I really don't want to go
forces
down there
of
right
the
now.
No, I'm entirely agreement with that. The other options that I can think of are entirely replacing all of your blood, which is not a great option.
Or
I don't think that ever sounds like a great option, to be fair.
Or finding someone who can make it so you're no longer you.
Neither of those sound like options.
None of them are good options. But that's the options I can give you.
You just want to kick her spirit into another body.
Would you like to be a dragon?
We got it.
He just kind of gives this look of. Okay.
Really?
Got one.
okay, here's the plan. We transport her soul into one of her daggers, and then
Stab someone with it and see what happens.
Always be yourself, unless you can be a dragon.
Then be a dragon.
Then be a dragon.
Isn't that the
Same goes for
entire
Batman.
character? Be a dragon whenever possible.
Anyway, so yeah. So those are our options. We can either go to the Stormforge, climb back down the cliff, or I think those are our only two options at this point.
Find another way to the Underhome.
Find another
That's
way
all
to
you've
the
talked
Underdark.
about.
Yes, but at this point, any option
Any
to go
option
into
of
the
the
Underhome
Underdark.
is compromised.
It's
we
compromised,
have to
definitely.
figure out how to fix this before we can successfully sneak into.
Because if not,
Dark
we're
Home.
going into
Why did you
death
just
trap.
gesture at all of her?
The blood is everywhere.
I was making it How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes, I'm aware.
Anyway.
Yes.
You smell like credence.
I smell like Credence.
All of you.
He with the most, he ate most of the pickle fish.
Yeah.
That's because
No, you just smell
sheds.
like pickled herring.
we've
Pickled what?
ventured.
Pickled herring.
We've,
I almost said fish, and then I said herring, and so it came out fairing.
It's a different breed.
It's a
only
different breed.
found in certain parts
I
of
thought
the
he said pickled fairy, and I'm like, excuse me.
Dragon tail comes over. Oops.
Say that out loud.
Oh, we've traveled with Credence.
I mean, if he was with us, he'd definitely want to go to the forge, but he's not, so.
He's not
Where is Credence?
Jail?
last I knew. Yeah.
Jail.
I just imagine that's what you're doing, is you're just like half-heartedly laughing.
Where is Credence?
He's in jail.
I can tell you where he's not.
In jail.
Safe.
People disagreed with what he was doing.
What was he doing?
Trying to build a weapon.
Out of that stuff that you want.
On all four forges, by the way.
The world is going to need it.
The world is a vampire.
Tell me more.
Did it.
Well, we don't have it, so.
Well,
Or do we?
when you've lived as long as I have, you can see patterns in the world. The Yagamoth, the Scar, Man, Terrans. It's coming to a head. The war is real.
Wouldn't having a weapon like that just make the war worse?
The problem is you already gave a weapon over.
Hey, you one.
No.
He means the actual sword that Credence started.
No.
No, he's meaning
You
the
gave him.
Star
You gave him
Mithril
enough. You
ingot.
gave them enough star mithril ore, like ingot. The
one
ingots. The one ingot.
Which was 1 pound.
Yes, but
Which is super dense.
we're talking like right, but what we're talking about is it is a super light metal.
You said it was
I
super
thought-
dense.
It is super dense.
But they know this. We discovered this before we came
Yeah,
here.
we talked. Yeah, yeah, we talked about this before.
This is not a big
This is
revelation for these
enough.
guys.
This is enough metal to
You?
make a full
Yes.
sword. You only need 3 pounds of steel to
Do they
make.
make 3 pounds out of 1 pound?
No. I'm saying so.
The actual
Weight
real
doesn't
life-
matter here. We're talking about. Now we're getting into math. We're talking about volume,
Hold
not
on,
weight.
we can stop right now.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time visualizing. So it's very dense, but it's also very light.
Yes.
How?
Have you ever seen aerogel?
I mean,
Yeah, that is
yes.
very not dense, very
No,
porous.
Yeah.
It's also extremely so yes, it's
So
extremely strong.
It's extremely strong,
Right.
but extremely light.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, sorry, that was my problem because I was when you say dense,
Yes.
I think
When we think dense, we think extremely heavy for the small amount that it is.
because that's what dense means.
Right.
So
Well, it's densely packed. It's
Okay.
densely packed. It just
He
happens
was
to
saying the
be.
ingot was like about only that big.
Let's just,
Yeah,
let's just leave
it's
it
a
be
one-
at, that doesn't follow the laws of physics at
Anyways.
all.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yes.
okay, sorry, I was just
Yeah. It's okay. We're talking extremely fine particles. Whatever.
Okay.
Stupid. I'm an idiot. That's all. It's cool.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We're just making you think.
It's enough. It's enough. It's enough
Got
to
it.
give. It's enough to give to make a weapon.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
So it
problem.
was just that the material was packed really tightly in a single ingot.
Okay.
Continue.
The takeaway is
Takeaway is there's
they
enough to
have
make a
enough
weapon.
to make a weapon.
They have enough to make a weapon. Got it. Move on.
Well, we have enough to make 3 more.
I have enough to make 3 more weapons.
Can I get a spear, please?
Sure.
A spear lance.
I want armor.
Star mithril armor.
Guys, we need somebody who can forge it. I say I have enough. I don't know how to do it.
You can carry all the star mithril you want if you don't know how to use it.
So what
Doesn't
you're saying
matter.
is we need to break Credence out of jail.
I didn't say you did.
Well,
Is Credence at the storm?
I know 11 people that would be in on this.
No,
Because it's one of the forges he would have wanted to find.
of course. But I would never have told that silly Dejungi where it was.
So we need to go grab the weapon he was making. So heist.
And leave Credence out of it.
I have a bad feeling.
I have that all the time.
I have a very bad feeling that that weapon is not in their right hands.
That was in my hands once, and I don't think that was their hands either.
No. It definitely is not. But
It never was in mine.
I feel it is in very dangerous hands now. The inner flame are foolish and think themselves more than they are. I will take you where you need to go, wherever it is you ask, except Iscalid. For those men, I do not stand by.
Can you take us to the town next to Iscalid?
Yes. Let me take you to the neighboring country.
Country.
All right, Iscalid's a country, right? I
Yeah.
can you take us to the next town over then? We'll walk the rest.
Can you bring us to the island closest to the center of Iscalid? It's not actually part of the city.
Iscalid's a land, is a state.
It's landlocked.
What is it?
No, there's a giant bay in it.
Not in it. So Iscalid's all like this, and then it has the
ocean.
at the edge of the
Yeah,
coast.
so take us to an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right off. Sure.
So that wouldn't be
So an
landlocked
island that
because
isn't
it's
that
on-
isn't. Sorry, yeah, not landlocked. I apologize. It is
Okay.
all inland.
Yes.
There is a bay at the edge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the island closest to Iscalid, it's not
Right,
part
so
of the
the-
city.
Right. Okay. Just when you said that, it sounds like still part of Iscalid. That's all. I was like, yes.
It's super close, and I could totally see it being like surrounded by Iscalid, considering the size of
But
it.
why do we want to go back to Iscalid?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess at this point, that's a good point.
Now, yeah,
That was our original plan. Think
Right,
about
your
it
plan
now,
was to
knowing
do
that
it
you're
thinking
getting
about the
stalked,
fact that,
it's
yeah.
kind of not the best.
Yeah.
It's not the most practical plan.
We need to
So
find.
we
We need to
need
find some way to take care. Or like, yeah, because we've got some time sensitive stuff going on with us, with the Yagamoth. So we need to find a way to circumvent
Look,
blood.
I'll make my way to Isklid if you need something. I think that parting ways is probably better anyway.
Yes, I need something. Your absence.
Okay, go sleep.
Like I said.
Sorry, I saw the opportunity. I thought I would say it.
So we need to find the blade, and we also need to find a way to cure her.
Also, I guess we
Translations. He hands you a few scrolls.
In my book.
Do you have the codex too?
Of course I do.
So I kind of need that as well.
I know.
And
For
my book.
translations for
Patience.
I have another.
He goes and flips his bag around and pulls out the book and the codex, and he's like,
Here you go.
Gracias.
I guess the best message that we can give at this point is the
Here
fact
you
that
go.
we found out.
"Oh no, yours is
My
that."
book!
You really want to give it back to the bird?
I'm gonna steal it.
Which book? The codex book? That's not his book. I'm not going to give it back. to
Whichever
Bird.
one.
Credence book.
Mine was Credence's book.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. One of
You
them.
had that one to begin with.
Alright.
Cuervo. Doesn't he look at
I
that
will
one
let you
sometimes?
People
read
started saying math, and I kind of forgot where we were.
I don't know.
No, he offered to do the translations of the stuff that
Yes.
you guys were needing.
I do know that.
So he's
bit.
handing that over.
Right.
We're parting ways. I'm
and
on my
they're-
book's back.
Yeah, he said
Alright.
he's gonna make his way to Isklid for you guys because you guys keep talking about Isklid, but like
Yeah.
the better option is not going to Isklid for you guys currently. So,
yeah, so-
according to what you guys have been talking about, it doesn't sound like that. And he's seeing it and going, "I'll go." Don't know how, but I'll go.
Swim. Push.
So, yeah, go ahead and let them know that we can't do the mission because our party's compromised.
We
Yeah,
have a tracker on us.
Alright, guys.
I'll do my best. I always survive so far anyway.
You fall off the cliff and die.
Right, swim. Shove.
right.
You watch it just kind of like, "You suck!" Fetch! He reaches down and you see him like grab two. Sorry, I apologize.
It's fine.
He reaches down and you see him hook something to like his boots, these little things. He goes, puts his arms out, squirrel
You
suit.
can fly!
I pull out a pistol.
Well, I like this
It's a good thing he's not a good shot with that.
You and I just go Devil May Cry and just be like,
if you threw the
"Jackpot."
pistol,
I have shot people before.
I know, we're just screwing around. Do you really want to shoot the guy that's helping
It
you?
works with throwable weapons. So unless the pistol is counted
It's
as a
tempting.
throwable weapon.
I mean,
Hey,
Man, all he's done is offer good info to you people.
I know, he's been so helpful.
So, us as a party need to decide what we want to do.
Yeah. should
Yeah,
we-
you guys need to decide.
So what do you think, guys? Should we go after the sword or should we go after?
Cure.
Go after, well,
How do we don't even know where to start really with that cure, except because to get to the cure we need to go after the Yagamoth, but the Yagamoth know we're coming.
or
Okay.
someone who can reincarnate,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay, let's find this easy. Where is the easiest place we can find out about tracking magically? Which would more than likely be the Magic City. That
Orson! Actually, that's a good point.
Orsina.
Orsina?
Orsina.
The Magic City's actually
Wait,
not
his
a bad
name is
idea.
what?
Orsina.
Do.
John Cena.
Orsina.
And his name is John.
Never doing that again, by the way.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Because that is the magic hub world, the magic hub of everything, basically.
Yep. So
At the very least, we might be able to find something that can mask it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys gonna get in?
Well, we have a dragon.
Me.
Oh, the dragon can get you in. Duh.
Yeah.
The dragon goes in. He got us in last time.
Did
Yeah.
you get him in?
Yeah. My
I thought
cred
Cre- I thought-
as a
I thought
magic
Credence.
wizard
I thought
and
Credence.
blade.
Thought Credence got
No,
you guys in.
they
no,
hated
they don't
Credence.
like Credence.
Oh
And they don't like me, so that might not be
Because
that good
Tajungi.
idea.
Yeah. Well, no, cause Credence.
all right.
I thought
So
it was because he was Tajungi, because there was a whole thing where we like pretended he wasn't a Tajungi while we were there.
Yeah, cause Credence.
because Credence is a Taejungi and everybody knows he's a Taejungi, so if he's not a Taejungi, then he's not Credence.
That's more complicated than it sounds. So go on.
Yes. Anyways. They just didn't like me there, alright? Alright, so
So Orsina, that sounds like a great plan.
Ursina.
Go back to the library.
Read out your book.
No, I didn't get this book there.
I won't be able to just stop there, but I can drop you off.
Can you
I'm sorry,
land and let
that'll
us
work.
walk off?
Could you elaborate?
Dropping us off will be fine.
No. In fact, how are we getting there?
You're flying on my back.
Is there any other options?
There is no other
fly
option
in with
needed.
your
I will drop you off and let you walk.
No, like, is there any other option?
Yes, you can walk.
He's
I would
afraid
rather
of
do that.
heights.
Did you actually say that?
What did you just say?
He's afraid of heights.
There is no other option needed.
Just wear a blindfold, then you don't know how
That doesn't help.
Are you scared?
I could knock you out.
Guys.
Not that I was meant to you.
I cast sleep on Nero.
Guys,
Alright.
That's a 4th level spell.
No, he's an elf.
Oh, he's immune to sleep.
Right, never mind.
I would have loved if that had
He had to be
worked.
put to sleep.
Sorry, I was thinking A-team.
Oh
Guys,
my gosh!
Can we just let it happen as rule of cool?
No,
No,
I wish I could do that. I just can't do that one. I
Okay,
can't
never
do that
mind.
one.
He's an elf. I know better. I'm just like.
Fool! You never get me on any plane! No, because you hid the knockout in my burger.
Stupid green-blooded hobgoblin.
I can't sleep on Nero.
No. You didn't cast sleep. You cast smite. Those are both S's.
Nero, it's time.
Just
We'll wake you up when we get there.
Stabilize.
So this is actually a thing that legitimately I thought of like several weeks ago. It's like, no, Nero's afraid of heights. He's a sea elf. He doesn't do flying. Like heights are
It's
fine,
cool.
but like
I'm down. It's
flying's
fine.
not a
It's
thing.
fine.
Totally guessed it.
He just
Suggestion doesn't
No.
work either because he's an elf.
Now I
He's
have
got-
can't charm him.
I have
No, he's got
two,
an advantage to charms.
I have 2 points on this one. Number 1, I have an aversion to flying. Number 2, I have a sea turtle.
Yeah, what's about it, huh?
He's an Orsino light box.
How large is it,
Yes,
guy?
it is.
How large is this dragon?
He's enormous.
I know, but it's still a large turtle.
Define
Like,
enormous.
747.
We can strap Shellington to the dragon, and then you can ride Shellington.
This would be considered D&D size gargantuan. So
I mean-
250 feet long.
I would say it might even be a colossal size.
yes, but
Yeah, colossal.
how does Shellington hang on? And even with spider climb, as I feel like somebody would suggest, that lasts an hour, depending on how long
I
or
can-
how far.
I can strap
pull
him
out
to the
a
dragon.
Are there? Yeah, we've got rope. Or are there any vines or anything growing on the cliff face?
Not really. Not
It's
really.
like
Rope it is.
insanity.
It's
It's
a-
sheer rock.
Okay.
I have 100 feet of rope.
Yeah, he's how big?
800 feet of
He's
rope.
really big.
Yeah, I know. 800 feet of rope, I don't think it would make it around him.
It will make it
Oh,
around
yeah.
his neck.
He's not 800 feet in circumference.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do math. You want to do math?
Not particularly.
Let's do
but
math.
I want to do rough estimating
As
math.
long as Josh is the one with the calculator,
how about
let's
this?
do
If
math.
DM says turtle can come, turtle can come.
Ta-da.
We'll tell
I
you.
still have an aversion to flying.
Everyone gets on his back. He's like, "Where's the turtle?"
I'm just
Anyway,
like,
sorry.
I just look at the dragon. And I'm just like.
Just he can just.
Are you asking him to eat me?
Yes.
That was Josh asking.
Yes.
Then doubly yes.
You take the weapons off of him and I'll gladly do it.
But
I'll
you-
spear you.
I'm just trying to help. You're not going to fall out to there.
You're not wrong.
He'll probably also carry Shellington in his claws.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Sorry, I didn't mean to make this into a roadblock. That is legitimately something I made for him. He's adverse to flying.
Listen, we need to get
Play it in
Doris
character.
Mittens is averse to the boats, but she did it. So
You
get
on
over
the
it.
ocean. Now it's time to go in the air.
That's what
I live in the ocean.
Get over it.
Yes.
Getting's better
If
than
you get on the dragon, I will tell you who attacked your son.
Ooh.
Wait, son?
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Only if you
have a son.
30 minutes farther along, we can take a break right there.
Now for a word from our sponsor. No.
It's 8:30.
Yeah.
Now the question is, are you willing to deal with slight discomfort
To
for
learn
your
the-
child?
Yes.
I don't like the fact that the entire table's looking at me.
Because you've made yourself a roadblock.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
already climbing up to the dragon. I don't know these.
Yeah, no, I am on the dragon right now.
Say, real quick,
Say.
what type of dragon is this?
It's a blue dragon.
He is.
Sapphire.
Yeah. Again, we're talking near colossal sized, blue sapphire dragon.
Okay.
Like gem.
He's
kind of
above a
look.
level 20 character.
Yes, I understand.
You know what? As going up to the dragon before helping out, I actually go and give bows like, may I?
Yes. You watch him just reach out this enormous clawed hand and make
okay.
a place for you to. No. Yeah.
Like mentally.
Yeah. No matter what, that is intimidating as all get out, right? And he just reaches out and sets it there for you to be able to walk up and onto him.
Over the eye. Like one eye.
Watching that, I know
One
how
eye.
to approach the dragon.
Close that one eye. You already have it in your sword.
No, he gets the amazing view of the shockwave as it puts the hand down from behind him.
Oh no.
No, I'm just imagining him with no depth perception.
That would be very, very scary.
Anyway,
So yeah. He puts it out there for you to be able to walk up. And he does definitely, like, the fact that you showed the kind of respect that you did is clearly reciprocated.
Muchísimas gracias, señor.
Still working on getting up there.
Oh, you speak.
No, I'm currently locking eyes.
Do we have a deal? or
Chévere.
not?
Get on the dragon.
I have to know. By your leave.
Yes. Fail.
Made it, he killed. But
Yeah.
are there any loose scales?
Don't.
Make me a survival check.
Could not be better named for this situation. Make me a survival check. If you fail, you don't survive.
Not a more apt check that you could ever make.
Oh
That one.
It's a really good thing that, well,
A total of 4.
You do not find any loose scales.
you definitely don't find any loose scales, but there's plenty of scales. Now make me a wisdom check.
Would it be a save?
They do
Yes.
glimmer like sapphires.
Rashida says she gives you a boost.
Can I ready my
It
action?
depends if I have to be 10 feet with next.
Are you paying attention to this?
I mean, I'm just sitting on the
Can't go
dragon
around
right now.
shiny
Yeah,
objects.
depending on where he is. You can't see
15.
him.
Okay. You do so and think better of digging it off of him.
Yeah.
Clearly understanding that you would not survive a fall
I'll
or
just stare at the shiny scales.
a
the whole
simple
time.
attack from this thing.
Maybe asking him is better.
I was just, shedding a scale here or there.
He emptied your rope.
Okay.
I begin just tying myself to a section of the dragon.
Where are you tying yourself to?
I'd assume they have like pointy bits that stick out, and because he's massive, I could probably tie myself to one of those.
Yeah, I'm asking, in what general vicinity are you tying yourself to?
Probably the back.
Okay.
He's tying himself to the tail.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, are you tying it to, like, something that's on his hand, his arm? Are you up on his back?
No,
Are you, like...
somewhere out of the
wings
way.
are out
Okay.
of the neck.
Fernando, I need your help.
Sorry, this
Okay.
is very tight.
Great. Tie me down.
Do I need to roll for this?
Would you like?
Oh God, no.
Rival.
Or are we just
Thank
going
you for the offer. No.
Are we just going to assume that I'm a sailor and I know what I'm doing?
I would assume you do know, so I'm going to give you a.
I specifically asked the sailor for this reason.
I know. I'm going to give it is a. We're going to say a dex save with advantage. Or a sleight of hand. It's fine. We'll do a sleight of hand check with advantage. But I think the dex save is probably better for you. But
Do you want me to check and see which is which?
it's fine. We'll just do the sleight of hand check because that's generally always
It's
the
actually the same in
hand
both cases.
dexterous stuff.
It's actually the same in both cases. So.
That's fine. With advantage.
19.
Okay, good. I was really hoping to hear a teen at the end of that. 9.
9.
Flying over, Josh is.
The turtle's just like, yeah, figures.
I told you fools it would be a bad idea flying.
That figures. That's just our luck.
You gotta catch him. Okay. All right, so
You hear a gunshot from inside the dragon's mouth. Whether it was for Nero or for the dragon, you'll never know.
suddenly lightning bolt hits the dragon. Anyway, all right, guys. Okay. So you tie yourself up onto the dragon. Everyone
Fernando
else
tied
has.
me up.
You get
Right.
tied up.
It's hard to
Get
tie
tied
myself to it.
You allow yourself to be tied to the dragon.
Yes.
Everyone else gets on. Shellington's like. Oh,
Someone tie him off too.
I could.
What?
Could you what?
Wait, how long does it last?
like an hour.
How long's the flight?
A little longer than an hour.
Alright, floating disc is not a viable option.
It doesn't
But
even move
it
fast enough to
is
keep up, does
in
it?
order
It
to get
does.
Up there.
Oh.
It stays within 20 feet of me at all times.
Oh, okay.
It just drags him along.
Okay.
Towing.
I'm not.
It's an hour, right?
Yeah, it's an hour.
So, never mind.
How many times can you cast it?
It takes a full action.
Like,
They have
how many
the-
spell slots?
Oh, it's a first level spell, so.
So how many first level? You should have enough, like 3 or 4, right?
I mean, I've got lots, but, like,
To spend on this, probably not.
well, I'm just saying, like, he would fall before I could cast it again.
In the 6 seconds.
Yeah, because it's a pretty sure it's concentration.
Unless you cast it.
No, it's not concentration.
It's true. If you knew it was coming, by the time you cast it before it dies, you could keep it running.
Let's just tie him.
Yeah, let's just tie him.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Use it to help.
If you're gonna tie Sheldon,
No, because-
Shellington, he just kind of looks. He's like,
It's completely
Nope.
completely immobile if it's within range of me.
I'm out of spells. I can't make you sticky anymore.
he just sucks himself in.
Alright, Fernando. Here's the rest of the rope.
I got enough rope on me as is.
It's okay. You should be good. We'll assume we're gonna keep the roll that you did with the one and done.
Should we tie everyone to each other? Nah, we should be good.
Nah.
Yeah, the rest of you guys get on. You hear him turn back just a bit. He's like, "Hold on tight." And I recommend you bundle up.
I'll flip for my feathers.
You just see this little bird go from like sleek raven to.
That's how birds warm up.
He looks like a.
Sticking out of my armor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Puffball.
Yeah, he's just turned into like a bird pine cone.
Poof the magic bird.
Poof the magic
hunker down,
raven. All right. Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that to railroad that, or not railroad that, to
Roadblock.
yeah, roadblock that as long
It's
as
okay.
it did.
It's okay.
As this happens, you guys get yourselves all set up. He reaches out his enormous wings, and the first few flaps it is like earth shaking everywhere around, and just and he just keeps climbing and climbing
Hey,
and
Nero, look,
climbing.
you can see your house from here.
That's the ocean.
Exactly.
Now you guys are amidst the clouds. You can't see where you're going. But you definitely get the experience of a true light show made from nature, as all around the storm continues. It doesn't seem to. It's not going to hit you guys. It seems more like it emanates from around where you guys are, rather.
Good thing one of us didn't tie ourselves to a lightning rod.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally holding two or one.
No, and is also currently wearing armor that is always mildly wet.
I mean, it's better that than armor that is actually metal.
And I'm pretty sure it is still not metal.
It's metal.
It's metal that is always wet is the worst part of that.
Wet metal.
Get above the clouds and we see a city in the distance.
It looks like a very droppable
You
thing.
pretty much don't ever get out of the clouds, as if the storm just follows.
Dora.
That's how thunderclouds are made. He decides to travel.
That is a fast-moving storm. The meteorologists down below are just like,
What is wrong?
Please, no meteorologist would having 1,000 gold piece.
I dispel the storm now.
You are more than welcome to try. No, yeah. So, as you do, like, you seem to just be amidst the clouds. Are you okay?
Yeah. No.
You seem to be amidst the clouds for a very long time.
Honestly, I think this is freaking awesome. So,
Yes.
in character, this is just
As it
Loving
turns,
this.
as it gets darker and the sky grows deeper and deeper blue, the clouds begin to dissipate, and you find yourselves flying, so much higher than you ever would have expected. It is terrifying.
Yes, I would like to point out Nero's thing is he can stare down a hellhound without reacting. The only thing I am saying, he's a lot paler than he normally is.
I
Like,
actually,
extremely paler than he normally
I
is.
would like just really quickly for you to make me a wisdom save.
I would like to say that is just the backstory of him. Well, not
I-
backstory, is one of his traits, or whatever those are called.
Yeah, I understand.
that's right.
Hey Nero, are you dead?
It's kind of like
looking
Rail
very,
being scared of undead.
What is it?
Death throwing up after being teleported.
Wisdom save,
You had to pick a 0, didn't you?
dude.
I only have 2 of them. Anyway, so yes, 3.
3. As this happens and you kind of get a clear view of what's going on, all you guys hear. He is doing his very best not to scream, as Nero doesn't try to show emotion in most cases, but this one is a bit much.
Oh, poor little Nero.
He's having a rough go.
Estás bien,
You still
amigo?
have to roll con save.
I'm better at con.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So yeah,
Only way you could make it worse if it was intelligence.
So
Yeah.
at the very least, you won't get airsick.
you guys are traveling along at very, very quick pace. But it's the height that is just amazing. Like, you guys have views over so much, and like the cities that are regularly huge, like, it's just like, it's something on the ground there that's texture. Like, you guys are probably in the now we're getting a little too sciencey. I think lithosphere is the first layer, right, that you get into.
Do we see a Rayquaza?
Say what?
It's a Pokemon.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. Well, I've already made my Pokemon references, so Pokemon references welcome. I just don't know that one. Anyways, so yeah, it's been hours. You guys have probably like turned to eating some sort of rations at some point, or
Just pull up my birdseed.
So who's gonna feed me?
Just, aw.
Is it a long rest?
it has been like 5 hours.
So
So
that's
you
a
guys
long
will
rest for the
definitely, you
elves.
guys, yeah, for an elf, yes. If you were actually like doing the 4 hour like trying to
At
rest.
least a short rest.
Which you weren't really doing anything. There was no actual activity. That's considered a long rest. You don't have to physically sleep the whole time. And I mean, elves don't anyway, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You don't have to trance for 4 hours to get the long rest. It's like 4 hours of just downtime.
So you have got all my spell slots back.
Yeah.
Does it count as a short rest for everyone else?
Easily, yeah. A short rest is only 30 minutes to an hour, right? You definitely have a short rest. You're reaching now on long rest for everybody. And you hear...
I get my spell slots back.
Are you ready?
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Wait, how does this work for me?
Knife.
Here we go. He spins. Really, I mean, I need everyone to make me a con save.
No, that's how I'm asking. I'm tied.
You are tied to a spine, yes, so you
Yes.
can't fall, but with, like, the force would throw you straight off the end of it.
Centripetal
Centrifugal force.
with nothing on the top to stop you.
Yep.
You're using big words again.
Science.
You have a spike.
No, I'm kidding. I know
You're
what that
on
means.
here.
I know.
Spinny.
Alright, you said Constitution?
Yep, con saves.
So
It's
you
a
did get
natural
a long rest?
20.
Short rest because it was only 4 hours. So long rest.
No,
for
it was it was 6 hours. You
Save.
guys got a long rest. I was saying, I
Is it safe? Yeah.
you weren't listening. Like, you guys got your long rest. I said, now we're up to like 5 and 6 hours where a long rest would hit for everybody.
The long rest
And
is
that's
straight
when he
out.
decides. I generally fudge between 6 and 8 is
Fair
okay.
enough.
Okay.
I'm just making
So
sure
I got a
19.
fine.
Oh, sorry. I got a 15.
Okay.
15,
22.
9.
22, ooh. 9, 20,
Now, does
Four.
ooh.
Rashida give us anything?
Yes,
flying.
but is she within 10 feet of everybody?
That's good.
Yes.
So 4.
Because
Yes.
we all huddled up
Yeah.
to stay warm.
Stay warm. Sure, Rashida.
Make a little fire
Rashida
on
gives
his
a D4 to everybody.
No, it's
Well?
based off of her. It's
think
based
it
off of
was-
charisma.
Oh, it's off of her charisma, so it's
Yeah.
then 3.
Okay.
Just a straight
she
3.
in chat, it's a +3. So
Alright,
that'll make
so
mine
that's an 18 for me.
7.
7, 18, 12,
19.
19,
25.
25.
Got 19.
19.
Then another plus
20.
3 apparently.
Good.
Oh, 23, I guess now.
You get
Okay.
+3 from Rashida.
12 and 9.
No, 7.
The force itself knocks you guys out from the G forces that you just underwent as you are thrown from the back of this creature.
I'm picturing F-16s, like you see them like
Yeah,
the
just-
4-point rolls. with
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had a red out.
Yeah, I guess that probably would be what would end up
Yeah.
happening with that. Is you'd be forced, blood would be forced upwards.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
It's
the
right
that's the
out.
talk
Right
is
out rather
that
than a blackout.
you weren't able to handle from the force. You passed out from the rush of blood.
Of everything under. Sorry, I missed what the cutoff for that was.
12 and the 9.
No, the 9 and the 12. Yeah, the two
Seven.
of you guys. Everyone else was pretty high. Everyone else was high enough that it wasn't
4
that
plus
bad.
3 is 7.
Oh, you had 7. Sorry. Yes.
Still
7. And you had 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The two of you both go out. You are currently falling from somewhere, I don't know,
Why
about
is this the only save
40,000
I'm
feet in the
mildly annoyed I
air.
didn't fail.
Probably wake up in a sec, actually. When the blood comes back, you.
Alright, so,
And in another sec or so, then
so we
you'll
gotta keep
be
everybody together, right?
Yes.
flat.
So, I'm gonna float over to Key. I'm gonna grab a feather.
I think that's not a terrible idea, actually.
Alright.
I hate this
So,
idea already just
is-
because of how ironic it is.
Now,
Elbow.
I am going to tell you,
Uh-huh.
when you pluck it,
Uh-huh.
give me an insight check.
You know it's not gonna work, but you plucked it anyway.
Blood.
The magic feather!
Yeah, it technically is
Dumbo.
magic feather right now.
8.
Okay, you do not recognize anything that I was going to bring up.
Never mind.
It's okay.
a feather.
I'm not. I'm,
It is a feather. It is a little odd. It has a slight, like, you pluck it, and as you do so, you like have staining in your hand, but you're not paying attention to that right now.
Yes.
You are doing your thing.
yes. And now I'm doing my best to gather everyone together in free fall.
Everybody link arms!
Well, doesn't it need to be in 60 feet?
Shh.
60 feet is a relatively big bubble.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get people as close together as I can.
Synchronized falling.
And now I'm casting Feather Fall.
Okay.
With Key's Feather.
Besides which, we probably
Featherfall
would have
lasts
woken up in the middle
for
of
1
this,
minute?
So.
Until we hit the ground.
Feather Fall lasts 1 minute, but
You should be able to
yeah, so
be okay.
It
You fall at
slows
half speed, right?
60 feet per round till the spell ends.
But it's half speed.
60 feet per round.
Yeah.
Oh, 60 feet per round. Sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
It lasts a minute.
And then
Oh.
it also says once it...
And
once
they
it
take
run-
no falling damage.
Yeah, so once it runs out,
Right.
we take no falling damage.
And if I can cast it as many times as I need to. Because it's a first
I
level
always
spell.
land on my feet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, 40,000 feet.
So that's why
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not in a rush. I'm gathering everyone together, so I have to cast it less.
Now we are mathing. So
Well, we can wait to
I love
cast
you
it
guys.
Yeah.
before we're closer to the ground, right?
Yeah.
you should.
Yes.
I would say you should
Yes.
Yes.
So we're spending
have the ride of your lives.
That's why I'm saying like I'm
And then cast.
gathering
You are the
everyone.
parachute.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm getting
We are
everyone
not
to me.
pulling the string until we need to.
Exactly.
So we're kingsmen in this.
Even if that is literally 10 feet from the ground, I will do it if I can.
I don't think you're going to be able to make that one happen 10 feet from the ground.
Yeah.
Also,
We're gonna hit terminal velocity before then.
for so
Oh,
how would it
yeah,
take
yeah.
2 seconds to
Falling
fall?
creatures.
Yeah, I
And
need
then
to
hit the
cast.
ground.
Huh?
You cast it twice.
I didn't say 2 seconds.
Oh, because at one point it was like, in 2
said-
seconds.
No, I said, and then the next few seconds.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right.
So that is why I am going to cast it twice because there's more than 5 of us.
That's fine.
So you take 2 of my feathers.
Did everyone
No,
jump?
it actually doesn't consume the feather. I really just did that because I felt like it. I have my
You're
arcane
just
focus.
making it ironic. I get it.
Yeah.
Arcane Focus only works after you've just cast the spell the first time.
Yeah, but I started the game with this spell.
Right.
He also used
And
the
he's
spell
also used
earlier.
the spell
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Anyway.
Used it to cast.
Sorry. Random's just
We needed to keep.
info's back.
He just
He
wanted to
can-
make it
he
ironic
can
using my
spell.
feather to make us fly.
Yes. He just wanted to have fun.
This isn't flying, we're falling in style.
This is the thing that Nero was afraid about, though,
Yeah.
the entire
Yeah.
time, was that
No,
we'd fall.
this is legitimately the problem I have with flying.
So wait, did
So
everyone
we're
jump?
falling.
Yeah, so
Everyone dropped.
yeah.
Okay.
You're probably passed out from the terror.
Also, you're passed out, so you wouldn't have felt the feather.
Yeah.
No.
You guys all eventually do kind of even out as you see the shell kind of catch up because it was more aerodynamic than you. Yeah. So you are now all falling together, and finally just land. Nero.
No, I'm hugging the ground.
Yeah.
I missed you so much.
Oh, sweet land.
You're
We meet again.
you're suffering from a slight bit of madness. You are
Really? We have you in the party, and I'm the first one that gets madness.
But what can I say? I have made every single wisdom save he has made me sit to for madness.
It is very true.
With my +0.
It's more of a mental scarring.
Right? I can agree with this.
You are definitely holding on to the ground at this point. If you had a fear of heights, it is so much worse now.
It is now cemented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor CL.
Look on the
And
bright side.
you have like at this point a yearning for the water.
I think just anything that's not in
A
the air
yearning
is fine.
for away from wherever going high is ever going to happen again. Mountains are not the place you're even going to want to go because you're like, I know what I could fall off of. I watched stilts nearly die. I don't want to fall from anything again.
The one
It was
time I feel any
glorious.
regret towards my thoughts of stilts was, man, I was going to make him do this. Ugh.
Oh, hey, look, Nero, a steep hill we have to climb.
just think about it. You've fallen off the worst thing you're ever going to fall off of, and you were fine.
Yeah.
You survived.
You hear a clicking noise as a pistol that wasn't loaded. It's attempted to be fired.
All right.
Why is the powder always wet?
When you guys kind of come to from the fall, and realize really where you guys are at. You are in the dead center of Orsina.
Sweet! We're gonna get arrested!
That actually would have been kind of a cool drop then.
Do you have invisibility?
No.
I don't.
The thing that probably scared you the most was falling as you kind of like recognized there was a big sharp pointy tower
Yeah.
that you were falling towards, and
It's a freaking wizard
luckily-
town. There's probably tons
luckily,
of
luckily
pointy towers.
happened not to hit.
Please, it's a wizard town. It's all pointy towers.
It's all.
It's like, oh, we're here. I fell asleep.
It's part of the wizard's code
So-
of aesthetics.
While we were waiting for him to
Everything-
wake back up, I stopped the feather in his head.
You
So it's just like pointing straight out of his other feathers.
So he's like, oh, sorry guys.
Like a quail.
Yeah, like a quail.
All right.
Time we were closest to
So,
fire.
as we land and you guys come to and find yourselves in Orsina, we are going to take a quick break and we will be back, you guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Welcome back. I don't know. Anyways, welcome back, guys. Took a quick break. Got to eat an amazingly tasty pie. Compliments of Mackenzie's parents, somebody.
My dad.
They were freaking awesome. It was freaking awesome.
Thanks to that old man, not an old man, that homeless man that we had a pie that was like, this is free, take it. And
Oh
I
my
went,
gosh.
sure, there's nothing wrong that could possibly happen here.
Oh my gosh, no. All right, so enjoyed some pie,
I'm completely
and
fine.
the group now, as I said, like comes up, sees the city around you.
You're welcome.
Must have fallen asleep for that last, but
Yeah.
The,
must have.
Spiraling cobblestone. You guys are sitting at the center of this. It expands out, and there's an enormous black tower that goes way into the air. You guys were able to recognize this from below, kind of, that it's probably the tallest thing in the city. You saw this the first time you guys came walking in. There was this enormous tower that was glinting in the sun.
hey, we've been here before.
Yes.
Yes, that's why we picked to come here.
Sorry, I just don't know.
And as you stated before, Magic City, lots of towers. Other towers do dot all the way around the outer circle here, right? Each of them, you can feel that each of them even like may have ties to specific schools of magic, methodologies, and other such things. They have a feel to them. The design of the buildings, each of them different, very unique, and they clearly look like these are probably representative buildings of different schools of magic. But the one that stands out above them all is this enormous dark tower. It doesn't seem to represent any specific school itself. It seems to be a foreboding symbol of power amid everything else. You guys have never gone into it to really know what was there, because we kind of stayed on the outskirts of Orsina to begin with, because you had someone who didn't really want to be there for long.
Good old Credence.
Yeah.
Well, that tower looks like a good place to start.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a minute.
You are greeted quite quickly before getting to said tower.
I didn't steal anything, I swear.
I would like to point out Nero is still face
Yes,
down.
Nero is. Yes,
I'm on
I
the
understand.
ground lying.
Nero is
starfish.
prone, eating dirt, eating cobblestone.
I guess we'll wait for him to recover before we head on.
Another clicking noise.
That was out of character. Come on.
Shellington comes over. Sorry, I don't know why I keep going to Sheldon. Shellington comes over, and he like, you guys watch him climb on top and kind of sit on Nero.
Crushing him.
Are you alive still?
Not like all his body weight.
It's my turn.
No, he just. How do you like it?
I'd rather people not say that. Well, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
No. Instead, it's actually more out of concern. He's like, this helps settle things down, get a little bit of like calming pressure.
We're never doing that again.
Never doing what again?
We're never flying again.
Oh, well, you never know.
We're never flying again.
Maybe you're not, but I thought that was fun.
Well, you can enjoy it without me next time.
I think I enjoyed it without you this time.
Things I don't want to hear while someone's on top of me.
Oh, sorry. No,
God.
anyway. No,
I get it. He's basically like doing the flipper over the shoulder, like, "Hey, bud, you all right? You good?"
yeah, just like,
back.
it's like weighted blanket type idea, right? Like, just kind of, I'm here, you're good.
Give me a minute. I just give me a minute.
All right. Oh, hey,
10 sometimes helps.
you're gonna want to put your hands up and maybe stand up.
I didn't steal anything, I swear.
As you watch,
They can pry me from the
he like
floor.
scoots off and he's like,
Turtle.
Yeah, you find yourself surrounded at this point.
You know, honestly, I'm a little disappointed at your response time. That took like 30 seconds longer than it should have.
Oh my gosh.
What you find surrounding you, not your standard police in all armor and everything.
They're children.
No.
No, they're me's.
All of them are wearing a like ornately wrapped robe. You can see the different colors kind of layered and folded between, but on the outer end is a black robe, and each of them has a jet black wand pointed directly at all of you.
Might
No, I'm just kidding.
I suggest a uniform change? That must take like 5 hours to put on.
Relax. We're here peacefully.
Yeah.
Here, sorry, let me make this more accurate. No, I'm not looking up.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! He's like, one step ahead of you, officer!
Frisk me, I'm ready.
You want...
Stand off, you're gonna have to pry me off of this cobblestone.
Eventually
It is
the
quite a
group...
shame that your barrier does not reach above you as well.
That what?
The barrier.
The barrier that we had to get passed through last time doesn't apparently go over the city.
It's actually kind of lucky for us.
Yeah, huge oversight though.
Yeah, that would have been a big splat.
So the barrier is more to keep people from seeing and just passing through or passing by. It does you do need to enter.
Because you have to enter holding stone.
You needed to enter. Like generally, people just walk through or walk beyond.
Last time you told me that we didn't walk through with a stone in a specific spot.
Oh yeah, you did have to have the stone to go through the front end of it. Yes.
So I'm just saying,
coming down from the top. Yes, it's a little. It's
like
odd that you.
tube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's more like it's more like a
lucky.
tube. It is lucky.
That's why we had to go so high, is because the dragon knew like the exact height limit on that.
He's like, well, I don't have a stone. You have to enter real fast.
Like Star Wars. They're at light speed.
That's not how the Force works.
That's not how the Force
Magic has
works.
a limited refresh rate.
Anyway, so
It's like you're going so fast. You just got through the
It's
little
60
flicker.
frames. We're moving at 80 frames.
There you go.
You have full
Anyway.
20 frames
Okay,
I can work
anyway.
with.
So yeah, you made it through. Those who are standing around you part ways, and again, beautiful robe, not actually as ornate looking as the others, but definitely holding an air of authority. As
We love our robes.
yes, no, not with the extremely tight, ornate looking folds and everything. This is a simple robe, but with a cut sleeveless thing over the top, like a big vest type thing laying over the top of it. You know this, and that has a bit of elaborate design to it, but it's all within the same tones. So you don't catch it, you don't see it unless it catches and glints in the sun, right? But he's not. But he's not. But he's not carrying a little wand as all the other guys are. He has a
Tree
rather
branch.
large. He has a tree branch.
Oh, this is my wand.
This is my boomstick.
And
He's carrying an ent.
Just over one shoulder, and it's just like, okay, I guess I'm along for the ride.
you know that he's the funny one because he's
All right.
entertaining.
No, but he's got a staff.
No, don't clap for that.
It does have kind of this really gnarly thing at the very top that is holding a stone inside of it. I mean, a la Gandalf or some of the others. The staff happens to be a jet black. As you by the sound of it as it clinks against the stone, it's probably also made of something more earthen than a wood. It's just the fact that it has such a glint and everything to it. It looks like it's probably some sort of a polished, onyx or something of that fashion. Yes.
Do I recognize any of their symbology or anything
Yeah,
to know who they are?
would
Or...
I-
Yeah, you definitely know who this is. I'm not gonna make you roll. You know this is the Onyx Tower.
Okay.
Would I know any of this?
Would you know any of this?
Coming from Lightbound?
You didn't
As a
really know.
wizard?
You didn't know a ton about Orsina to begin
Okay.
with because it's not really like a thing with your people.
Okay.
You may have heard of the Onyx Tower before.
Okay.
They're pretty hardcore, and that's kind of what you. That's about as far as you get with it. Is you like
Okay.
these are some serious wizards.
Can I get a bit of an overview of what I would know?
Yes. What you know, these guys protect all of their secrets with extreme force. They do not mind killing if they don't believe that they can trust you.
Alright.
While that's been said, they do have a code that they stick to for the most part. You just don't want to cross them. They are looked at as one of the one of the greatest orders of arcane users in the world.
Okay. Do they have a particular specialty or anything, or is it just?
They pretty much cover everything. They are the 5 rings of magic. If you really want to get into that, like when we've made reference to the 5 rings, these are the straight up pure magic users of like that kind of style, right? Absolute devotion to their craft. Very, very dangerous. And again, because of the amount of work and the amount of talent that's there, they don't want their secrets and things being stolen from them, and they act as a sort of police force within Orsina. You do kind of know that, like they're the authority. Everybody else here is studying. They're the ones who tell you yes or no, in a lot of cases. They've stopped wizards from delving into things that they just shouldn't.
The guard that we met at the beginning?
Did somebody say
Maybe.
secrets?
Did somebody say things they're not supposed to study?
Yeah.
Did somebody say I'm gonna get murdered by these boos?
Yeah.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Things they're not supposed to study.
And?
I'm pretty sure you learn your stuff here.
And to be fair, they're so strict about this that you're not allowed to take notes in the library.
Oh, yeah, that was true.
The purpose of a library. You know.
to study and take notes.
Yeah. Yeah. They are very, very crazy about keeping their secrets where they belong. So, as it parts ways. Yes?
Nothing.
Oh.
Just hands up, right?
Hands up.
Do I know the guy's title? That's
Would you know the title? Yeah, you probably would. I'm trying to think if you would though. Yeah, you probably would. I need to write this down as well.
sorry, Matt. I know.
No, you're just fine. You're fine. And though this feels in opposition, he is known as the Black Staff. I know it feels in opposition to an entire order, but for different, it's not the same.
But you see, for secretly, they start with a white staff and then cut away whenever they create evil.
No.
It's usually by accident. Wizards are just very good at making evils that they don't understand.
Basically Jurassic Park.
Take owlbears,
Yeah.
for example.
So this is very clear and obvious, though, why. His staff is made of something that is a jet black material. The staff alone would speak volumes about authority and power.
Okay.
You could be the loser and still have that like the dude with he looks like he just came off the street, but that staff is gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't mess with this thing.
So is he like the leader of all of them, or just like a captain type thing?
He is the leader of all of them.
Wow, I'm so honored.
Oh, I didn't realize we merited the Black Staff's attention.
You just dropped in to the center of the center of magic.
It was a pretty good name, wasn't it?
And I am honored to be here.
Besides which, isn't dropping in what people do here all the time?
Yeah, we just drop in. We drop out.
Not off the back of a dragon.
Oh, your eyesight's good too.
I'm really glad I don't have to explain that insanity.
The thunderstorms are kind of hard to miss.
You're here. It is time to come in for questioning, and then we shall see. We shall see if you are free to walk about.
You're gonna have to pry me off this cold, dead floor.
Floating disc. Floating disc.
I make a floating disc under Nero.
I don't think you're gonna need to.
Go ahead. You make a floating disc and float him.
Oh, look, he's flying again.
He's like an inch off the ground.
Nope, too soon, too soon, too soon. Too soon, too soon. No.
Small dribbling trail left as he follows.
Because of the armor.
Because he's gibbering.
It's the armor.
And not the tears.
Any other?
He simply the leader simply turns and walks. It is clear that he assumes you're going to follow.
I follow him.
Did you actually do the disc?
Yes, so you're following too.
I'm just hanging onto a disc.
Hanging on to air.
Well, no, there's an actual disc, right?
No, it's an invisible disc.
Yep.
You are.
So to me, it is a circular horizontal plane of force.
But you're really
Yeah.
gonna cast a spell when we're like with these people who are like putting us
Yep.
under. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, this
We're in a
is,
magic city. I'm sure they know it's not an offensive spell.
yeah, this is probably
You'd
the
hope
least
so, anyway.
offensive spell you can do.
I'm helping
Do
them.
they know that he's
Depends
gonna
on
cast,
who.
I mean,
It's
they
pretty
just know
offensive
he's all
to
of a
him.
sudden gonna start casting a spell.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
like as a man who legitimately is terrified of heights, that's not terrifying. That's not the
Right,
problem with
right,
flying
right.
or with
It
anything
does
like
float
that.
3 feet off the ground, not an inch.
Okay,
That's not bad.
that's not.
Yeah.
It's still, hey, look, you're flying.
It's the sudden thing of, oh my gosh, I'm going back up.
Yeah, I would definitely say that
Then
would.
once you hung there for a second, it'd probably be like, okay, I'm fine.
Caleb, I swear I'll shoot
It's
you
also
someday.
only 3 feet in diameter, so your legs and head are probably.
All right, I'm getting off of it.
Your
Hop on.
Shellington is just underneath you. He's like, as he just follows. He knows you're probably gonna fall off or come off there at some point.
Yeah, I'm hopping off.
Okay, you hop off onto the
hop
turtle. You hop on.
It's 3 feet in the air.
I'm 4 feet
still-
tall.
It's
He
still
could,
flying
he could
to a
easily
Kenku.
jump too. He's a
And he's-
freaking crazy. He can't fly, but he can jump.
Yep.
And it's still flying to a Kenku.
Okay,
He's,
hold on.
He's very
Spread
proficient
your
at
wings.
hopping.
Feel the air.
Technically, I don't.
It's like I'm flying.
Okay, well.
Hold on, rats.
You still got that
pretend.
feather sticking straight up.
I probably have put my hood
Well,
down.
Matt's rolling to see what kind of terrible things happen to a Kengu trying to attempt to fly.
Yeah.
Lightning strikes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really just kidding.
Lie
I just-
down on your stomach, spread your wings.
I just see him getting up there and just near, far, wherever you are.
I'm just sitting cross-legged on it.
Yeah, as you do so, you sneeze and the spell dissipates and you fall on your butt.
Hey! Can I point out that's kind of a nerfing of a spell?
Yes,
yeah.
but we're talking about a god.
Kenkus
Because the
aren't
thing,
allowed to
it's
fly.
it's not about hit. Yeah, Kenkus aren't allowed
But
to
it's
fly.
not a concentration.
I
No, he's
understand.
not making a joke. He's saying it's a god doing it, but anyway, you know.
Yeah,
A relatively innocuous divine intervention.
yeah, this
He
is
won't
just
let me.
this
go
this is
free
a
on
this
the
is a
ground,
thing
but
to
he'll let
him,
me
not
fly
to
a
you.
Dragon.
To be fair, the dragon
him,
is
not
also
to
kind
you.
of a deity, so
Yeah, you were dealing with something far more powerful than just a little spell.
At least it didn't make me go splat.
Yes, that would have been horrible.
But you're still a floofy bird.
No, I've come down. I put my hood up.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys make your way in.
are they still looking for you here?
No, that was the Tangjingi
There's-
city,
Okay.
Yeah, the Tejungi city.
which they have no reason to be looking for me there
Did you
anymore.
steal a book from the library?
No,
Yes.
He was gifted a book from the library.
I didn't steal a book from this library.
Okay.
Not this library, the Teju.
Yes.
I didn't
Yes.
steal a book from that one.
No, he was given his focus. His,
Yeah. So
whatever.
he did stuff while he was in the library, and then he got a book.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The book, yeah.
That he was then allowed to take out of the library.
I couldn't even take notes.
Oh well.
Oh my god.
Some salt over here about these notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a
a library.
It's a library.
Anyway,
It's very
So if you
protected.
guys
Anyway,
want to cuff
we
me,
are-
I recommend cuff me above the thing so I can't get to it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway,
we
so
are-
yes, you were brought in.
No cuffs? Okay, we're good.
Each of you are individually guided into separate rooms.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
For those who are about to die, we salute you.
Press F to pay your respects.
Well, there goes the mental
Lenny,
connection.
can you believe he looked at you like that?
Oh yeah. But we still have the earring.
Yeah, we saw
Yeah.
the mental connection's gone though.
So,
You really think those are everything?
yeah, I know.
No.
You guys spend the next 3 hours sitting on your own. What are you doing while you're in these rooms?
I'm reading. I have the codex and stuff, and I also have the new notes from
Okay.
Stilts on
Awesome.
the decoded stuff. So I'm reading.
Okay.
This was
In there,
bad.
you get an explanation from Stilts. He's like, Fernando specifically wrote to you because he knew you were going to end up reading it.
I didn't translate a thing.
Oh.
What did you guys get from me to me?
He's like, it is a picture of his butt.
Not only did I not translate it, I put it in another code.
Oh my god! I translated it, recoded it 4 different times, and no. The note reads that while he translated what was there, it still has a bit of some encoding to it. That you need to understand. You need to understand the way that they're talking about things that you may not understand because you're not because you guys aren't actual deep delved alchemists, understanding some of their philosophy and the way that they talk and think. He's like, well, the way they talk about what they do in here. There's many secrets to branding and creating good steel works. But the big secrets that are held in here are actually working star mithril. He explains that the secrets that are in there are eons old. It's not like Credence wrote this stuff down, but more than likely this is written family shared information that he's put on paper and encoded it so that he has it. And he's like, it may not be the easiest to understand, but it's translated for what it is. So get what you can out of it. He says that the star mithril is almost talked about like some sort of immortal potion or some sort of thing that you could become something forever. They speak of it as though it's like the great elixir of life almost. This thing that you could attain to. That in some fashion it creates immortality, and he's like, I don't know if that's
The
to
philosopher's
do
stone.
with if it's to do with the glory of making something out of star mithril since no one has, or if it's actually like a belief in the philosophy that this could do something. He's like, be really careful with the secrets that you're gonna learn.
Start comparing notes to the other thing I have real quick to see if I'm trying to learn as much as I can, but I haven't had time to actually sit behind a real forge.
Yeah.
yet.
Sorry, I have a question for the group, just because I've been out of it for a while. Have we come into contact with a group called the Valrines?
Nope.
The Valorines.
Valrines, yeah.
No, but I still have their greatsword.
Oh, yours is that's where I've heard it before. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it again.
That's the rusty greatsword. I still have that. I still need someone that Credence was going to fix, and then he got stolen.
Just curious, because
He got stolen.
He did get stolen.
yeah, 'cause I think that had something to do with that dragon.
And then imprisoned again.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna give that to you. You're gonna be reading and learning a little bit of what's going on. I'll give you some information on that so that you've got it for next week, okay?
Okay.
You're going to get some basic, like, some of the basic understanding and philosophy and knowledge that they have to start with. Just learning how to forge proper, strong steel. And that depending on what style of weapon and things that you're making, they have different dependencies to have, what someone's looking for, right? And then it starts talking about like the different areas throughout the world that they have specific things that they like out of a blade, and talking about how you can make those.
Naturally, I gravitate towards things that talk about rapiers because that is me.
Right.
Well, yeah. Move on.
Fedial.
So I am going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
And I'm just going to basically just sit patiently waiting for someone to come talk to me. But if I can tell if people are around, I would like to.
You find that as you attempt to cast, the flow of magic just is halted immediately within the room.
Okay. Are we in the Onyx Tower right now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's made of Isalamiri.
Schelia? What are you doing?
I can't use it for
Gonna kind of scope out the room, I guess.
Okay. The room itself has a solitary bed in it with a single white sheet. The rest of the room is just as black as the outside of the tower. The walls are seamless by what you can tell. Room more than likely was formed by magic. There's no way anyone could have carved this by hand. It's just too precise. When the door shut, it seemed to form and just become part of the wall again. As like if you didn't know where the door had been, you never would know where the door is. So you were in a confining,
I'm in a
horrible
box.
little box. Yeah.
But if magic can't get out of the box, I'm just kidding. I don't know that.
Right.
Might be the only box I'm safe in, guys.
I'll just stay here in the box. We're good.
You're not wrong.
No, technically not. Okay. Yeah, you're in a box.
I'm in a box. For 3 hours? Okay.
For whatever reason, his room looks suspiciously like an oven.
And there's 22 more of you.
Oh god.
Or 23 more of you.
So
Kind of general pop, and we all got our solitary confinement.
I'm gonna pull out.
Pea pot pie.
I'm gonna pull out my
24 blackbirds.
my Tome of Shadows.
4 and 20 blackbirds.
I'm
Anyway.
gonna pull out my Tome of Shadows,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper where I drew the circle that was on their ceiling that trapped us in that one room, and I'm just gonna slide it into the book, and just kind of imprint it in there. Put that back. And then I'm gonna pull out Gary's Book of Wonders, and I'm gonna read.
Okay.
So you find yourself in the cells of the Obsidian Tower. I've been here before as well.
The food is awful.
Now, if you can find Gary, he'll trade you a pack of smokes for a Twinkie.
But it's Gary's.
So yeah, so I'm gonna put that arcane circle, whatever we found. I'm gonna either just slide the paper in or take the time to draw it into the book.
You slide it into the book, and immediately the symbol pops up on a page.
I'm just like, cool.
Huh,
Pull
neat.
out Gary's Book of Wonders and just.
Okay. Opening Gary's Book of Wonders, you see.
Static.
It's blank.
Nope.
Just.
You see that on there it just simply says Orsina. Speaks about the wonders of the magic that's taught, that's learned and taught here, and doesn't go much further other than to say that while it's a wonderful place to visit, you wouldn't want to live there, kind of thing, right?
Great
Basically,
vacation spot.
This is such
Yeah.
the
not
greatest
retire.
magic city in the world.
Do not retire.
it explains a little bit about the Obsidian Tower, and just says, it explains these guys are that they are the top end of arcane magical users, right? These guys know backwards and forwards just about any spell you could imagine, and that it is good advice to keep yourself free of any hooks they may find a way to put into you.
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna die here.
Rip.
Because when you deal with the Obsidian Tower, it always comes at a price.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
David?
There's really not much for Bjorn to do here.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
got
Except
this
eat
book.
herring.
You have my book.
Lutefisk.
Yeah, I don't have any snacks or anything, just rations. So
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll just take a nap.
Okay. You have some sleep.
I would probably try and do detect magic. That doesn't work,
Awesome,
obviously. And then I'm going to start reading my 5 Rings book
Okay.
about the Ring of Fire.
Awesome. Reading about the Ring of Fire. Again, you understand that this ring is all about attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating such an offense that you don't need to worry about defense, right? It's overwhelming and defeating an opponent as quickly and fiercely as possible so that all other battles are won by this one fight,
Okay.
right?
The book is written by Johannes Cash.
Okay.
Ring of Fire. It's a stretch of a joke.
Oh,
Oh,
gotcha.
got it.
That was very well done.
The Ring of Fire.
Okay. The rest of my jokes are okay, but sure.
Because that one was actually like layered and clever.
No, yeah, that was really good.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
Unlike
Just read your book.
What is Nero?
Yeah, so you again you're getting and delving into more of the style that comes with this. Your first thing, it teaches that like even your defense should be considered offense, right? You learned about, you've got currently like a flame.
Yeah, the fire shield.
The fire
Yeah.
shield. The next part that you're learning is how to create a jet stream.
Oh.
It is like, as you're learning about it, it is a 20-foot stream of fire that can spill from your blade. Yeah.
Yeah, because the fire shield was just like a spell I took. It's like, oh, this is really cool.
Right. So this is part of your katas and everything that you're learning. This is this is your fire blade, right? It's made to deal some pretty hefty damage against any standard opponent. It would lay them low.
Then I would probably start practicing the kata and be really miffed that I probably can't summon my sword.
Right.
I'm just like,
Pull out the Valorant sword.
no.
It takes a minute.
They open the door. Finally. No.
I because I keep my sword in my back because I can just summon it. There's no need to draw it. So I'm like,
Right. Stupid takes forever. All right, yeah. So you begin working on the kata and starting to learn that. Nero.
Great. Nero is laying on the bed and he's singing an old smuggler song, which basically goes. It's basically him singing about every jail cell he's ever been in. I assume it'll take about 3 hours. It's basically a repeating song that you just keep supplementing
gotcha.
whatever place you've been in jail for.
Yeah, repeating verses, repeating
I
chorus.
still need to write that drinking song.
Yes, you do.
But every time it's a different city supplemented.
Right.
Like I've been to the jails of so and I wasn't that impressed. And usually when the person walks in is when you supplement wherever you currently are, and you're like, and I'm still not impressed. And that's the end of the song.
The cells were all cold, the guards were overdressed.
Still I'm not impressed. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what Nero's doing for 3 hours.
Okay.
You think they keep magazines in these places if they're keeping you waiting for so long?
Because that's important to them. Mittens, what are you doing?
Praying
Praying. Okay.
for guidance.
Give me a D100 roll.
Whatever.
Mace is the only one that's gonna get out.
18. 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually quite good for a cleric, right? Because you need to roll low.
If you have the ability, you have to roll under your
It has
level.
to be under your level to have true divine, like to have divine intervention.
No, that's
right?
just if it could do anything. That's
To do
the,
anything.
that is the ability contact
Right.
God, which isn't until 10th level.
Right, I'm
Yeah,
not like,
yeah. She's not even there at that point.
right, I'm
No.
just
But as far
This is whatever your
yeah,
homebrew would
yeah, as
connect
far
with
as what I'm
gods.
trying to go with is if the cleric's thing is low, lower roll is a little better for him. Not that you're gonna have divine intervention, but that it's more like intuition and like spiritual of any form of guidance.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me, senpai.
And then they put you on a 7-day hiatus while you get a restraining order.
Oh my gosh. Okay. While you're in there, you feel a bit of an like wave of calm come over you as you feel that though those relics have been stolen, it will probably amount to naught for them, because you know that your god wouldn't give credence to their actions. And I don't mean the Tajin.
Just making sure. Was totally thinking.
You'd rather give credence for themselves to their actions. Here, take this guy.
So yeah, he wouldn't act for them because they've no loyalty. They couldn't. You don't feel that they have something powerful enough to manipulate him, to force or control him. Yeah. So that's what you get while you're doing that. Let's see, really quickly, just check your time.
Currently 9:53.
Yep.
So we going till 10:30 tonight, or are we stopping at 10?
What would you guys like to do?
I'm happy to go to 10:30.
Yeah.
Same.
Dude, I was gonna say, as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy to go till
A
whenever.
little bit extra, a little bit longer is.
Tomorrow, so.
I feel like it's
Okay.
good. It helps, lets us get a
Guys,
little
like,
bit more
is
meat
fall
at
break
the
for you
tail
guys,
end of
or-
the stream.
Yeah.
No, well,
You okay?
yeah, I don't work tomorrow.
It's just
Oh yeah.
10:30 is 3 hours.
Yeah, it's the
where
3 hour
10 is
mark.
2.5. So.
Right.
Especially since it just feels short, like after break and then going just from. 9
I know,
to 10
and then
is
not
still
having a
short.
full. Yeah,
So.
I get it. That was just to try and help.
Yeah,
no, that's fair.
Okay.
If people have to go, they have to go. Like,
Yep.
Comment.
Just chat.
What's chat shit?
Oh,
Hello, Chad. What do you say?
She says to remember your wife as well.
Yeah, I remember.
is that Priscilla?
Yeah.
Yeah. She likes me to be able to come home.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure if I was in a loving relationship, I'd feel the same.
3 hours have gone by.
Shellington.
Oh, they put Shellington in his box.
I was about to say, I didn't hear about Shellington, so I assume he wasn't in the room with me. Because I just imagine we're going to cut to Shellington in his own room going, why am I here?
I am Turtle.
This room has like.
You were right. You were riding on top of Shellington at the time, so he actually is probably with you.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
you have someone to talk to at least.
nothing's changed.
Yes, sure. already.
I've been there too. Just shut up.
No. He's singing along.
Oh, okay.
Harmonizing.
I watched him through the bars at so-and-so, and I saw him in, like, the castle present of
They
wherever.
walk in and they just hear the children.
In perfect harmony.
He's
Yeah.
doing like the bass notes.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah, anyway.
Alright, 3 hours later.
Sorry. All right, 3 hours later. No. Okay. So yeah, 3 hours later, you guys. Things actually start happening now.
Someone asked me to stop singing.
No, the doors are all opened,
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
and there's not a soul around.
There is a loud snore.
No.
I know where Bjorn is at.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's a loud snoring from a big blue
The
fur
door
ball.
opens and all you hear is singing.
Yeah, you hear singing and snoring. But there's no one around. As you come into here, you guys, not to get too, like, I'm stealing a little bit of, like, just for reference, like in the Department of Department of Mysteries, like all the just that jet black, like crazy. That's kind of what this looks like from the inside, right? Except not as defined white lines or things. Like most of it is just beautiful jet black, onyx everywhere, like that kind of look. It's almost hard to kind of make your way through that, like to make any form of like, okay, we go here, there's anything that turns this way or that, because it's just so much of the same, right?
So Nero's plan would be to stay on the bed and continue for, I would give it an hour, and if no one shows up, then he would walk out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try and dismiss my blade and then walk out. If my blade dismisses.
Your blade does not dismiss.
I sheath it and then walk out.
Okay. That definitely gives you an idea of something.
And I'm just gonna be constantly just trying to summon it, just because.
Okay.
Just would my awakened mind be affected by this?
Yes.
Okay. Because even though I have to be in sight, I'm not connected to anybody. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, you would definitely feel that you're not in the minds of others, as though something is kind of holding it back.
Yeah, the book still works.
The book did.
We're walking out, I guess. Kind of tentatively, like
Just
poking my
Yeah.
head out.
Peeks head out. Do we see anybody in
Do
the
all
hall?
the rooms open into the same area, or are they separate areas?
So the rooms were all, you guys went into rooms near each other. You knew that you were, but like unable to hear one another, unable to like connect to one another through magic.
So, like, saying people walking out, do they see each other walking out? Or
Yeah,
is it,
as the doors open, like, to be honest,
That's what we're asking.
Yeah,
It's just-
the doors open and you're like, oh hey, I can see you. Hi. You stick your heads, you stick heads out and see you're all there.
I'm waiting until someone grabs me.
I run over to Schelia.
I'm gonna go in Hero's room.
He's gonna grab you.
I wasn't impressed then, and I wasn't impressed now. I say, as I finish singing as I get up off the bed.
And really bad eggs.
I'm just gonna sort of look around and I'm like, all right, if this is the game you want to play, and I'm just going to walk out the door.
Mm.
Well, if
Okay.
I can see people, I will try to connect and then figure out I can't just get really frustrated. Just
No more British bird!
Okay.
The sound of silence, I missed it so.
Sound of silence.
Sweet silence!
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to
What's Mittens
explore.
doing?
So is this a part of the
Should
game?
go out.
Okay.
Is there still a rumbling?
Well,
Checking both doors. We should probably wake up the bear.
I think he's just a furball.
He's definitely not a bear at this point.
so
Well, he sounds like a bear.
So what does the hallway look like? Is there like paths on both sides? What have we got when we walk out the door?
You have a single file line, just a straight hallway in front of you.
with one exit.
So
Yes.
basically, he's asking:
Alright.
is it a two-side or are we at the end of the
Now
hallway?
I understand railroad stuff, but
Well,
like
no,
this is a tower. This is what it
This
is.
is a prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go that way!
I'm like, well,
That
they don't give us a lot of options, do they?
No, but I'm excited to find out what's at the end.
Good, you go first.
Awesome, let's do this.
Let's not.
I'm trying to get people's attention away from my hands.
What?
Yes,
What
Gary?
is it?
Pull out Gary's Book of Wonder and I point out the passage I read about them trying to hook people with contracts and stuff.
This is gonna be hard for you, Fariel,
You
but
can
try
drag
not
him
to
to
make
our still.
deals.
Yeah, I guess Dragon Roar. Ah!
Actually, speaking of that, I say grabbing your shoulders and pushing you onto a wall. We had a deal.
Do you really want the answer now when anybody could be listening?
Yes.
Very well. So I tell him everything I saw with the attack.
Which is.
Explain to him.
Okay. So
No one else knows, dude.
all right. So okay. One moment.
He's like, gotta pull out my phone.
I do actually.
I'm making the dinging sound from the boat that we heard. Just the ding 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 ding.
Yes, we know this is a bad idea, Keith. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, I gotta find it.
Meanwhile, I'm walking
Okay,
over
with
to
all
go
the
in.
racket.
Ding ding. Walking to Bjorn's room. Ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding.
Do it faster, you start sounding like an alarm clock. That blink.
Yeah, everyone does wake up and come out. Everyone.
I point out the passage and do it.
I felt calm,
Turn on
right?
3 pages.
So
You felt calm about the stuff to do with the Yagamoth.
did I,
Puts it in my
that's
bag.
all I got? 'Cause
Yeah.
I prayed for 3 hours.
It's true. As far as here,
Or you keep it for now.
you have a sense of
You have your own
you have a sense that like something's probably going on. Like you're not sure what, but there's a reason that they just did this to you, right?
Right.
I mean, you guys dropped in. It seemed, I mean, that on its own could easily be mistaken for like some sort of crazy attack or something, something stupid that they may just be like, hey, we need to just make sure that you're not a threat. Right?
Especially when you're raining down from a dragon.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. We're a threat to everybody around us and ourselves.
Yeah, we're a bigger threat to us than you.
So, I think
As he slams you up against the wall and he's like, all right.
I saw the attack on Kelvin, was it?
Yes.
I wasn't able to intervene before he was injured, but I did what I could to patch him up. The man who attacked him was, of course, a Yagamoth, as you know.
Yes.
And then I described him as best I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like with how he looks and everything. And if you defeat him, we might be able to heal him. I believe is the consensus.
That is the consensus, I
He
understand.
has 6 fingers on his left hand.
He was part of the group of the symbol that I showed Schelia. And if we see him again, we can handle it.
Yes. I find it strange that you put the word we in there.
I have no wish for the boy to be injured.
I let go of you. Well, that narrows it down.
Okay.
At that point, I think that's all I can think of this. So if we're pushing forward,
Well, shall we go then? My
also,
best credence.
Caleb,
Yes.
can somebody who actually can wield a sword in a fight walk first?
I can wield a sword in the fight.
Well, okay, I'll go.
Mittens makes her way.
We are in Orsina, the city of wizards.
Okay.
And we can't cast magic.
And you tend to do stupid things.
And you've been castrated.
Castrate. Sorry.
No, Mittens. I said someone that can wield a sword, not shoot a kobold in the back as it's retreating.
I walk forward with a dagger.
Oh.
These are
After surrendering.
And my axe.
Fernando, would you like to go first or shall I?
Min's already started
Makes me
going.
leave him-
Yeah,
So I don't know what
yeah,
to do.
Mittens is already going. You're just chasing after.
Okay, at that point, well, no,
Anyway.
chasing would mean that we had to follow her.
Get a spray pile. Bad kitty. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
curious. Does the sword work?
Yes.
Weird.
So in that case,
Do I see anything
vision
weird?
Do you see anything weird?
Through.
Oh, son, yes.
Oh boy.
well, you had 3 hours to look around. I assume you'd seen something.
No, in the room you didn't see this until you come out here.
I don't know.
As you are out here, above you flies hundreds of little creatures, bat-winged with tails, sharp tails. Each of them seems to be keeping quite the distance from you, but not visible to the naked eye by any means. They fly silently, but they are flying back and forth between the walls as they kind of stop, like they hit, hold for a moment, push off and fly, and then continue going until they eventually land for a second and come back off.
I probably have no idea what these are. I'm not even being with.
Does anyone else think this is an interesting method of questioning someone?
The weave
Right.
of magic that is in this place, the flow, is very strong, and it's almost like your sight is almost like kinesthesia type, right? Like you're getting so much sensory overload from the things that are going on with the magic that's in here. You can you can almost see the actual weave, right? Definitely leading from ahead of you guys.
And you look at yourself from heaven's eyes.
Anyways, yes, you see stuff.
Guys, there's a lot going on here. First of all, fair warning, there are things flying around over there, and...
Just above you guys.
Over there.
When you say things, what do you mean?
I described said bat-winged, pointy-tailed thingies.
Do I know what these things are?
Yeah, you know them to be imps.
Oh, joy. Imps. Totally not evil.
Also,
I mean,
Nero, it might be
that's a
better
lie,
if you
but
lead a
it's
little
totally
bit, because I'm kind of freaking out right now.
You already left, I assume. Like,
Yep.
Okay.
so should we chase her?
Yes, we should follow Mittens.
It's
I
the
can
only way
literally...
out.
Yep, there's only one route, so...
I realize that. But, yeah.
I literally see the fabric of magic in front of me, and it is freaking me out. You go.
Welcome to being a wizard.
Welcome to being a wizard.
You're a wizard, Fernando.
Oh.
Oh?
Furbolgs have this nice ability that lets them go invisible for a round.
What?
What?
As a racial trait.
What?
But for one round.
Just
for
one
6
round.
seconds.
Yeah.
For 6 seconds.
Still, that's nice.
Yeah.
What biome did you grow up in that became a necessity?
It's called outside.
You don't just get the ability to turn invisible just by living outside?
Otherwise, wood elves would be invisible.
Yeah.
Freaking hippies.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, anyway, so we're moving forward.
Okay, going down the hall.
Going down the hall.
What happens when
Shine
we get to
above.
the end of the hall?
down the hallway.
Yeah. Down the hallway. Mittens going forward. You guys following behind. The rest of the party, obviously, following at some point. Yeah, hallway feels as though it's walking endlessly.
And
I'm gonna take a candle out and see if I can mark the wall with wax.
500.
Say that again.
I'm gonna take a candle out and see if I can mark the wall with the wax.
Okay.
And so I do that like every few steps.
Okay.
Just to see if I see it again, I know we're going around in circles.
You don't ever see the wax again.
Dang it.
Just as you look behind you, there's a little stream of wax marks that you've made.
Well, we're not going in. Well, I can't speak. Dang it!
Hey,
You can draw attention to
Fernando,
yourself.
is there anything odd about this hallway? You know, aside from the imps.
So, everything is magical. I'm not sure if I could tell you the difference.
Okay, but can you see anything happening?
Can I?
Again,
is
you
it-
feel that stuff is like concentrated ahead, but you just keep going forward, and you're like, this is insane. It just seems to endlessly go on and on and on and on. How deep can we go into this thing? And you definitely know that this is physically, like, there's no way that you have walked within the actual space of the tower that you saw. You are well beyond that at this point.
I really want to try something with this. It might just be a bad idea.
Fernando, how many imps are there supposedly above us?
Hundreds.
Yeah, at this point you estimate thousands. Just
Okay.
just envision ahead, like up above you, is hundreds. As you continue walking, how far you've walked, you're like, yeah, it's easily like there has been no end to the cloud of these things above you guys.
Gene.
Pull out a dagger and kind of toss it up, and I look.
No, you do that, then you see Nero loading a gun, just kind of going,
Can't miss!
you missed fire.
Congratulations, we're surrounded. Now we can shoot in any direction.
As long as it's up.
Should I?
We'll always hit something.
If there's just this endless hallway in front of us, Makes me really want to try going
Just turning around.
backwards.
What if we just could go backwards as fast as we could?
I point at the wax on the wall.
I mean, yes. But what if the exit was actually the dead end where we started?
What if we're the ones free and the people on the outside world are the ones in a cage?
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, hippie.
It's worth a shot. We're not getting anywhere this way.
I turn around and go the other way.
Okay, you turn around and start walking the other way.
Mittens, we're trying a thing by turning around. I say, and I turned around and walk away.
Okay.
You can go forward, and I'd let you know.
Okay, you guys make your way back towards what would be considered the entrance.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna keep my hand on the wall. as
it'd
we
be
go.
better to
Follow
try
the
this
wax.
sooner rather than later because if we're wrong, there's less space to backtrack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow the wax.
Now, again, as you guys make your way back towards where the door should be, it has a very similar experience that the door just doesn't show, right?
Also,
it looks
what
like a
door?
wall.
Do I see?
So, when you guys walked into the tower, right,
Right.
there should be a door that shut behind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're walking back towards that, because that's the only other option in a straight hall.
Okay, because sorry, we skipped the opening door. It was just, okay, we're in cells now, so I wasn't sure what door
Right.
you
Well,
were
yeah,
talking about.
you walked into the tower. I
Yeah.
said that. You went into separate rooms,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? So something would be there.
Right,
the
so my
door.
assumption on that one, though, is did we climb up any stairs? Did we just walk in and then get put to a side? Did we...
Sure.
Like, that's
I'll get more detail.
That is the question.
You climbed about 15 stairs up to a door.
Yeah.
Walked
Steps or
inside a
flights?
building. The door shut behind you. You went into rooms that then shut doors, and became like the wall.
Now, was that partially
Doors
down the
then
hallway, or did we go
opened.
further?
They went 15 feet down the hall.
Okay.
I can't
I'll
cast
stick with
it.
15 today, apparently. Yeah.
I do know dimension door.
You went a ways in before
Okay.
that happened, but you weren't deep into the place.
15 stairs, that's
Not
steps
like
or
this.
flights?
So the reason I asked that...
Individual stairs,
Okay, so steps.
steps.
So the reason I
yes.
asked that is because we all walked out of our cells. Well, the first thing we asked was what was on either side, and you said, "Oh, it all goes that way."
No,
But assuming
on
we go
either
into the
side
door-
would be each other, and then here you look back that way, and it's just black wall.
Okay.
It just goes on that way.
Okay. So that's what I was asking. So we're not looking at a door because when we walked out, there wasn't a
Exactly.
door there. It
You're
was
not
just a-
seeing
it
door,
was
which
just
is what I was
a
saying. Where you're
black
going
wall.
back where the door should be,
Right, which at the
all
time when we
you
walked out was
right,
just a
all you
blank
would
wall.
see is like a blank wall.
Right. That's what I was asking.
Yes.
So-
Which is what I was describing.
Do I see anything with said wall?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Your wizard was probably onto something.
Yes!
We walk through the said blank wall that is actually not there.
Yep.
Okay.
As you guys continue moving, you walk through the wall.
Yes!
All right.
Vindication!
I am selfless. I am wrong. Though I swear I'm right. Like I knew it all.
I take the lead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because we-
Hey, how about
we
this?
see
The
the
guy
back.
that can actually see through the illusions takes the lead.
I take the lead.
He turns into
That was well done. Though.
I take the lead. He's like, sorry, that was really a wall.
Man, if he takes the lead, this is the worst Mario Kart track I've ever been on.
All right.
I would look at Caleb and be like, that was well thought for you, though.
What do you mean for me?
All right. Anyway, you guys make it through.
Yep.
What you see here, whole new thing for you guys. As you go through there, the level of detail would take me hours to describe every little thing that is in this hall that you are standing in. For just basics, the rug that you guys find yourself standing on, the long trailing carpet, has scenes depicted from over thousands of years, historical scenes that you've heard in your life, stuff you may never even have any idea of, but all of it seeming to weave into one massive story.
Oh, that was fun.
I remember that.
I was there. Hey, look, it's me.
I'm going to make a connect the dot right here.
No. No. So yeah, you
They
see
got
this
they got that scene wrong though.
trailing either end of the on the walls on the sides are big onyx tables. Each of them has a chair, like chairs just going all the way down. There are a few men sitting at men and women sitting at some of these chairs at the tables with just piles of books and scrolls and inkwells and pens. They're studying at these places, right? On the far side, you see the black staff sitting.
Imps.
Good.
One would start to feel unwanted.
One would start to feel unwanted.
I would start to feel unwanted.
3 hours in a jail cell.
Yes.
The welcome could be warm.
Well.
And here I thought you were going to take the opportunity to question us separately.
I did.
But no one remembers because memory wipe.
No. I simply needed to see you. I don't need to speak to you to understand well enough who you are.
Oh, you're a high elf.
I find that very offensive.
We already have a Eladrin here who has repeatedly read our minds.
Hi.
Hey,
Oh, no.
you don't actually know that.
No, just that phrasing alone was just like, oh, you're a high elf. Okay.
I take offense to that.
Oh, it's a good thing it was Josh that said it. Because Nero could just see that.
He doesn't have... He's not.
Yeah. Well, he sounds like it. Anyway.
He's just snooty.
I mean...
You don't need to be a high elf to be a prick.
It makes it easier.
But you do need to be the other way around. You need to be a prick to be a high elf.
I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing now that I at least believe I can trust you for the most part.
That's a bad plan.
Shut up.
I know that you are not part of the Ruby Heart, and I don't fear you, that end anymore.
Ruby Heart.
Yes.
Do I know who that? Do I know what that is?
It's another mages guild, separate faction. Bit power hungry.
Okay. Power hungry.
You've not known them specifically to be enemies to the obsidian to the obsidian tower, but
Possible conflict.
yeah.
Would I know anything about the Ruby Heart?
Yeah, you'd know more about the Ruby Heart than just simple things. The Ruby Heart are a very driven group. The problem is that they are pretty willing to do whatever they need to do to get what they want. They're not specifically just a group of wizards. They're made up of a smattering of all three major sources of magic: warlocks, sorcerers, and wizards themselves. There tend to be a lot more warlocks in this group.
Hi.
Mostly because, again, like I said, these guys are willing to make pacts to do what they can, like to get whatever they need. Not to say that those warlocks are not also studying and doing as a wizard would, but they have delved into all sorts of things to get what magic and power they can. So they're a bit scary in that fashion. They kind of don't you know them kind of as you may look down on them, Mr. High Elf, mostly because they're kind of what's the
Take
best?
shortcuts.
Yeah, they take shortcuts. They're not willing to just work to get it, right? Especially coming from a wizard, right? A wizard's the one who really believes in the study and the understanding with and like may envy a sorcerer and really just look down on a warlock. Yeah.
Aye.
But
The
especially with
magical
these,
stepchildren.
Yeah.
yeah. But in this case, yeah, like you would probably look down on them to some fashion and be like, yeah, these are the guys who are willing to do the underhanded to get what they want, despite them being quite powerful.
Yeah, whenever I yawn, I tear up.
Ah.
It's a weird thing. No, I was just so overcome with the idea of a red heart, man. Ah.
Okay, so yeah, you'd have. So when he says that, it would come with a whole lot of understanding to that fashion.
Okay.
That you're not part of the Ruby Heart. Okay, yeah, of course I'm not part of the Ruby Heart. Why would I be part of that garbage?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Why, of course.
He's not part of the Ruby Heart.
No, but he's
but
a
I'm
warlock.
Yes,
Magic
it's true.
stuff.
And not just. It's not all about being a warlock. It's the willingness to just give up whatever to get whatever.
To be fair, you're technically better than a stepchild.
At least I'm not
I
ready.
had a
You're
full
a
joke attached to that, and then I
stepchild.
stopped myself halfway through.
Okay,
Let's continue.
so I can see that you're not part of the Ruby Heart. So, as far as that goes, not much of a threat.
Please, only two of us can't use magic.
Of course we're not part. Of course we're not part of the Ruby Heart.
Why have you come to Orsina?
We actually came seeking aid for a very delicate matter concerning one of our party.
Let me guess.
How does everyone know and I don't?
They're NPCs. They have that ability.
You happen to be a Yagamoth amongst those who would kill you at sight.
You're very observant.
It is a difficult thing to not understand. It's a difficult thing to miss.
I halfway wanted him to just look at Schelia and then turn to Fernando like, of course a human decided to come here for looking for
No. He's got his own stuff that would be bleeding off of him.
Technically, I've been here before.
Yes, I know. Which is why
And
I'm
also
asking
to visit the
why are
library.
you here this time?
Apparently, guys don't like the fact that I can be tracked. I've been blood marked. Is that?
Oh, that
Yeah.
is a terrible piece of magic.
Yeah. Didn't
And she's
know.
she's rather attached to her blood apparently. So
Your solutions are not solutions.
I got us out of the demon hallway, didn't I?
If you want to be technical, blood is a solution.
Yeah.
Actually, well, technically it's a suspension, but you know.
Anyway, so back to
You
this.
would be right. You would make a fair alchemist.
Can I speak in my mind yet, or is that still blocked?
Still blocked.
Dang it!
Is this
The quietest
wonderful
bird is-
anti-magic just on us, or is everybody so affected?
Oh, it's you.
I had a feeling.
You do realize how annoying that is, right?
Oh no, you've blocked my magic. Dastardly.
So incredibly annoying to make sure that one's possible enemies are a bit castrated.
Hey,
I mean, fair.
does it block
Make
the blood
one's
mark?
enemy impotent. Yes, that's important.
No, I totally understand. But I'm standing in the obsidian tower and I don't get to see anything.
Some of us need no additional help.
I understand that as well. Fail. But do not worry. When you've left, I have not removed anything from you, and I have not caused something that you will never be able
Quick
to
check pockets.
get back. That's not the case. It's simply a safety precaution. You are not one that is
They don't trust you.
brought in within the Onyx Tower as an actual student, one that has paid devotions. So you are not one trusted to be casting here. As you notice, we have left some of your more wondrous items alone.
I actually had not noticed.
For if we were to stop those, they would most likely never work again.
The sword.
Well, that's something I would hate to cost you to stop it.
Fun. Can we leave yet?
We haven't
We
even
haven't got
gotten
the
our
solution
answer.
yet.
Oh yes, that's
We
right.
got distracted.
Now, I apologize. You're here to remove the blood mark upon you.
Not by the ways he suggested.
Or at the very
Oh,
least,
by blood drain, or replacing your body.
Yeah, don't like those two.
I understand.
why.
There are a few different ways that a blood marking can happen. One of them is a bit more violent than another. Do you know exactly where the marking was originated from? Do you carry any marks upon your body that might suggest where you've been or how you were marked?
Have you been stabbed as a child?
Oh, shut up. Possibly.
I would assume she would not remember this. Possibly. Where?
You told me it was right under the right like rib cage area.
Wonderful description.
Yeah, that.
That spot there.
Not Schelia at all.
I know, I know, I'm sorry.
Shoot somebody with a crossbow with your
I couldn't help it.
There you
Anyway,
go,
sorry.
right
All right,
here.
all right.
It's about that area.
You don't have to see it.
Near the ribs. That actually worries me. It may have little to do with the actual blood, and it may be something inserted within your own heart.
That's great. Is there a way to block it?
Not
Yes, it's
without,
called cholesterol.
not without stopping your heart.
That's also not a very appealing option.
It's not the
Yes.
same part as Caleb's idea.
In most cases, removal or destruction of, or in some fashion blocking, actually causes detrimental things to you.
Sounds like my options are getting very limited, guys.
Alright, time to kill your family.
We could see.
You're saying reincarnation, same character, different everything else.
No!
I believe it would be a good thing to inspect you entirely.
That
If
doesn't
you're-
sound good at all.
I apologize. That is not how I meant it. Assume the position.
Oh god, okay, we can stop now.
I'm sorry. Just joking.
And on that joke, we end tonight. Thank you for coming.
No, guys.
And there goes our team meeting.
It is 10:30.
It is 10:30. I will say. He says he wishes to inspect, but not that way, guys.
Analyze.
Yes, to understand, to more fully understand. We will probably need to inspect the wound, and if possible, I shall inspect your heart. These are things that are not easily done. It's delicate. I shall need what magic users you have to keep you alive, as I do the other end.
Everybody besides me and Schelia, Schelia and Shellington. Because everyone else can use magic.
Also,
I actually do have magic, by the way.
I'm the only one.
I can think of a few. Should it turn that it is actually stoppable, I can think of a few things that we're going to need to collect that I don't carry here in the Obsidian Tower. Sorry, the Onyx Tower. Obsidian Tower is a different thing.
One might say a dark tower.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Alright.
I'm good.
It's okay. We all have the shine.
Yes. Here in the guys.
Next time we're traveling, I want to go over the Green Mile.
Anyway.
All right. Just make sure to wet the sponge on my head.
Oh, jeez.
That just got dark.
All right, so
But if you went to Shawshank, this wouldn't be a problem.
okay.
Okay, we need to stop now.
Stop.
Focus.
Alright,
We
my
even
bad.
came in on a dragon.
Anyways,
One of his books is
there will
the
be
dragon.
a few things that we will need to collect.
Didn't know that.
Okay.
Also, we would need to discuss some matter of price. I am thoroughly interested and willing to help. But nothing comes for free.
And what price do you intend?
We shall see.
But don't do blank checks.
No.
Fine. I would like some help
With?
rooting out some of the ruby heart that are within our city.
Why?
Because they're a piece of
Shut
crap.
up.
What he said. They're dangerous. They're willing to make very big sacrifices. And they don't think about who they hurt in order to do it. If you're willing to help, we are more than willing to assist as well.
I'm not like a warlock detector. I just don't go beep next to one.
No, now you should.
Just also walking down the street, beep. Oh hey.
Yes.
The frick was that?
Anyway, so
And to be-
sorry guys. Yes.
It is.
And to
Do
be
you-
clear, this would be a one-time assistance.
Oh. As any purchase.
So how long's the warranty?
I would hope your lifetime.
I've used that trick before.
Use that trick.
Patented that one.
That's called the Fairy All Special.
That's my bed.
Are you willing?
Royalties, please.
Do you accept the terms? All of you.
We would have to just.
I'll accept.
Yeah,
I assumed you would, wizard.
He said we all have to accept.
How
So,
how many of the red hearts do we need to of the ruby hearts do we need to take out before our business is entirely concluded?
I wish to take out whatever faction has rooted itself here.
All of the ruby hearts in the city.
If you cannot give them all, which I understand, I wish for you to find whatever base of operations they have and destroy the conflux that they carry.
I feel like this is
I
a
have-
question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I have not been able to locate it, despite our many, many, many attempts.
And I feel like this is an important question to ask. Is this going to be above or below the law?
Above or below the law?
Yes. As you are the quote unquote guardians of this city,
This,
are what we doing sanctioned? Saying cold-blooded murder in the streets of somebody who is supposedly or is a part of the Ruby Hearts? Is that something that would be legal in the eyes of the law here, or is this going to
we
be?
are the law, son.
Mhm.
Don't worry about the police. I paid the police.
I am the police.
I am the law. Sorry, I had to. Anyway, right. So that's why I'm asking: is this above or
Entirely
below
sanctioned. Do what you want. Do what you must. Do not destroy other artifacts that would be useful to our people in learning. But do what you must to the Ruby Heart. No qualms.
I'm good.
the law? Blue.
Provided once we have finished both of these agreed upon items that we hold no obligation towards each other one way or the other, I am agreeable.
Good. And you?
Yeah, might as well.
I figured someone who made such a contract as yourself would not have a problem. How about you?
Look at Schelia.
What other strings are attached to this.
That is all that I ask.
Nothing else?
No.
No other consequences?
The consequences be damned. None from me shall come.
And anyone else in your organization?
Oh. No, there's no worries there. Within my organization, every last one of them would put a ruby heart in the grave.
Alright, well, we have 4 holdouts.
Hmm?
Yep.
I go with you.
Now you have 3 left. Min said yes.
Who else is holding out?
Me.
You?
Key. Yeah, Key is based on your choice.
And what are
There's
you
3
based
holdouts.
on?
I guess I'm waiting to see now, aren't I?
You said this could cause damage.
He asked us not to cause damage.
No.
First.
Me.
First.
Have serious side effects.
I'm not concerned about the price. I'm concerned about
The
the result, the removing of Mark.
I shall analyze you before, and if it's something that I cannot fix via the means that I would normally go about, I am willing to do something else. But that said, should I have to do it, I will have you write the terms of the spell. And that is all I shall say about that. I hope we do not have to go that far. I don't enjoy casting that.
It's a tentative yes.
Oh, Chili's in.
Okay.
Alright, I'm in.
You say the exact same words as tentative yes.
Tentative yes.
All right. Then we have an accord. But as I said, I shall analyze you before we go any further.
Mm-hmm.
Should you not wish to go any further with this, I shall call it good. I am simply offering you a free estimate.
Examination.
Examination.
Totally not evil.
All you have to do.
not even.
All you have to do is pay the copay.
All right. I'm going to leave it there, guys, because we will be going into how that's all going to turn out in the next time we go. I hope you guys had fun. Got to ride on the back of a legendary dragon and get thrown from 40,000 feet in the air. Someone has now been scarred for the rest of their life, but
It's okay. No one got splattered.
yes, no one got splatted, and a turtle got to skydive.
Yeah.
And the turtle loved it.
Yes,
Okay,
he did.
Can we get t-shirts of a skydiving turtle now?
Yes!
You guys pitch in?
All right, guys. I hope you had a good night. We will come back to this next week. For those of you who have been here, please feel free to like and share. Show your friends. Bring them around here. We have all of our videos currently up to last week up on YouTube under the Studio Nathan moniker. On Facebook, we have Forgotten World Adventures, and on Twitch and Mixer, we have Studio Nathan as well. Obviously, you're probably watching from one of those platforms. Like us, follow us if you enjoyed it. We also have a Discord where we get together and we'll play games and converse. If you have questions, you can actually throw stuff up there. There's specifically under the Forgotten World section. So that we can answer if you want, and haven't had the opportunity to do that in the chat during one of our streams or something. Other than that, guys, we have some cool arts coming. I think we got to see a little bit of some progression on Calum.
Mm-hmm.
He looked very anime. I kind of liked it. Yeah.
He's very feminine, exactly how I always imagined him.
You know what though? Like I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
art style is fun. It's like on just it's that kind of cute fun. I like it. Anyway,
She has a really good art style that I just really loved, and we're friends, and so it was a good way for me to reach out for her, and she's doing it. I have We have Mittens all the way done.
Yeah.
She's working on Nero. We have a rough sketch of Bjorn. And then she's also working on others as well.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see those. We'll show you guys when they're all ready to go.
You can follow her on Spice and Rose on Instagram and Rose and Spice on Twitter. And she'll actually post things. If not, you can look up the hashtag Forgotten World D&D. She uses that hashtag to pin it, so you can find the art there as well. Also, if you want to talk about this show in Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, Forgotten World D&D is the hashtag we use to pin for this. And so if you guys talk about it or anything and use that hashtag, it's easy for us to find. So if you have your own artwork you want to show us or questions that you can't find through the Discord, but you don't want to ask us, I look it up every day to see what's new with the hashtag. So
Cool. All right, guys. With that said, we're going to see you next week. Have a great night. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.